moment you waited for. Welcome to another episode of the Council of Six, a weekly in Dungeons & Dragons campaign fraught with all the drama and peril that will take your breath and steal your mind. My name is G.A. Langaro, your DM for the night, and on this campaign we'll be using Tyranny of Dragons, which tells an epic story across two adventures. Our players have successfully thwarted the Dragon Cult's plans in Hoard of the Dragon Queen, and now prepare themselves for the next chapter, the Rise of Tiamat. During the stream, we won't be responding to your comments while we are in play, as to remain immersed in the story, but please still engage and comment as we go along. At certain points, we may try to go through the comments and interact with you all, because at the end of the day, we are presenting this for your enjoyment. But without any further ado, are you ready to leave all that's real behind? Because there's something breaking at the brick of every wall that's holding all that you know. So tell me, do you want to go to the Council of Six?
Jeez Louise.
We're back.
Feel like that wasn't all necessary.
What wasn't all necessary?
All the craziness going on.
No, that's normal. That's what
of
we
course,
have.
I mean the like battle noises that usually happens. We just haven't heard it in a while.
Right.
Maybe because I'm a bad girlfriend, I don't actually or bad wife.
First of all, you are my wife. You've been married for a year now. Number one, okay. Not a girlfriend anymore.
Slip of the tongue. I'm a bad wife.
Well, there'll be some tongue slipping after that. But yes, yes, wife, not girlfriend anymore. But we're back.
Hey, Mr. Husband, who I can't wear my wedding ring on the right ring because someone got it too big, and I told you it was too big.
Stop. First of all, we got test rings for you to try on, and you said it was good, and then we ordered it.
No, we went to the ring store to actually get my measurements, and I told you it's too big and we need to go down a size, and you didn't believe me. So now I have to wear them on my middle fingers.
So
eat a couple more oatmeal pies and it'll be good. Your finger.
I'm ahead of you.
There you go. See? And it'll fit you well. But before we get going, I guess I should say this. We I don't know if I should call it a sponsor. It's an affiliate link, but I'm working for somebody. A W energy drink.
Yay, sell out!
Yes, sellout time. It is sellout time.
Really
but yes.
Yeah. Cup of coffee in the big times. Cup of coffee, man. Yeah. Man. Wow, man, freaked out.
And get yourself some W energy drink, because like I said, I actually like it. I wouldn't do this if I didn't like it. I got it. I'm like, I gotta try this shit first before I tell people to go buy it. But it's actually pretty good. I enjoy it. So,
Hey Lunga,
that's our little sponsor. Yeah.
did you intend to make that on fire lime look like a dick?
What do you mean on fire line?
There was the lime shooting across the page.
I didn't make
like
that.
Penis.
I didn't make
It
that.
looked
That was
like
made
a
by
penis.
Dubby. They made that.
Likely story.
That is their images in their little packet. Here's some images for you
And
to
that's
use.
their fault. It looks like a
Drink
penis.
Dubby to get the dubs.
Lime dicks.
Get the D.
But yeah,
Dubby
that
gets you
wasn't-
the D.
Yeah, Stormy's in the chat and she's like, shake my head. How does it feel, Lunga? How does it feel to become what you hated? I never said I hated shills. I just don't like shills that don't believe in what they're shilling and just do it just for the shilling's sake. That's what it is. I actually like to drink. I'm actually drinking it. So, and Marie said that she actually tried it instead of coffee during the day, and it actually helped her out get through the day too instead of the coffee. So,
Yeah, that 3 o'clock crash is horrible.
Yeah.
So it
and she
helped
puts about like 4 tablespoons of sugar in her coffee. So this.
I take drugs for that.
I do
Stop! You literally
I
use
do
the coffee. You know the scooper to put coffee in a coffee machine that's like more than a tablespoon. She uses that to put 2 of those to put in her coffee.
Not anymore. I use the actual tablespoon now.
Not anymore. I use a shovel.
The actual tablespoon.
No, I just take drugs to stay energetic during the day.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, they
They're
have caffeine in them.
prescription, but
I'm sure they have
Only thing I
caffeine in
can-
them.
I'm just imagining Maggie comes up from doing a line, fucking white powder all over her face.
But
Yo, Stevie!
let's get to D&D, right? We got some D&D to be getting to. So last
Are we
time,
supposed to be having drinks?
Oh, that was
Isn't that
something you
what
guys
we
talked
was-
about. That wasn't me. That was something you guys all talked about.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Oh, right.
At the shots.
Yeah, that was something you guys all talked about. I had nothing to do with that.
It's for a nat 1 and a nat 20.
Yeah, we're doing it.
I think it
was
We're
just
gonna fuck
nat
up
20.
Arcane's.
Dude,
We're doing it. We're gonna fuck up Arcane Saturday.
But hold on, guys. We've been here talking like, oh, there's not a new person here, just sitting in here at all.
Visibility on himself. It's fine.
Been here the whole
Welcome.
time.
Arcane to the Council of Six family. He's a new player in this next chapter, which is the Hex of Hazirawn, an interlude, if you will, between Hoard and Dragon Queen and Rise of Tiamat. And it's all Thanic's fault. I think you guys can thank Dylan for this. This is why this is happening.
I like shiny
So
swords.
so it's all
Thanik
his fault.
hasn't looted a goddamn thing in Hoard of the Dragon Queen even once. And the one time I do, it triggers a fucking month-long epilogue.
So does
So a bunch of
does
shit
Sober
went down.
Dylan feel about shiny swords like Drunk Dylan does? Like,
Mhm. Oh yeah, for sure. First thing that's happening in this session, I'm picking that fucker up.
Didn't you already pick it up?
But
I was
That's
told
where you guys left
apparently I didn't. I thought I did.
You know,
but
you did.
You guys
No,
know
I
Anything
think you
with
did.
you choosing to fail the save after Mal burnt their last spell slot to
I'm not
give you
gonna lie,
protection
I-
against
this is what
enemies.
happens when the players actually watch it in recast. Look at that, guys. Imagine
Alright, so
that. I'm
Arcane-
going to
so
show you up.
New guy can tell us. New guy can learn this. Arcane, does Thanak currently have possession of the sword?
Yes. It ended
Yes,
with
I
you
knew
doing
it.
it.
And fuck you,
My
and
character
fuck
was
you,
just
and fuck
invisible
you.
in the corner the whole time, watching you guys fight
No.
dragon.
Yes.
Dragon
I
breath
said you
going
had
out,
it
just
still in
dodge,
your
duck, dip,
hand.
dive, and dodge and
We
out of the
tried
way.
to get you
No,
to
no, no.
put it down, and you wouldn't.
Mel,
told me
Mel,
that.
Mel, I think it was Mel that whatever
I cast
spell you
suggestion
used.
on him. I cast
Yeah, suggestion.
No,
Drop
you,
it,
cut,
yeah.
you used
But
your
then he
last
picked it
spell
back
slot.
up.
Yeah. You
No.
used your last spell slot to cast Protection from Good and Evil. So that way that
I
it
was
could
drunk
pick up
as
the
fuck. I
sword
wouldn't even
and
have her.
hopefully pass the save, but he chose to willingly fail the save to prove a point. And then he
That
waffled on in
sword.
his sober state.
To prove a point.
Fun fact, that's not my last spell slot.
So that's right.
It's fucking
Anyway, Assistant, you guys are still in this lair of the white dragon, Glasshail, who is now deceased. There's all that frozen gold that apparently Tiny does not give a shit what's going on with Thanik. And all she was doing was
She's
concentrating on his
shiny.
gold. Which is buried under like 5 feet of ice. You can see it. It's clear ice, but it's like, frozen under all this
Still shiny.
ice.
Yeah.
Secret Dust did mention Blago could probably help you with this if you want to talk to him. She did tell you that as well. And she also handed Thanik some sheets of very old parchment that was found in Resmir's chest that may shed some light on this Hazirawn situation.
Stevie's
And that's where
actually
we
going to
left
go over to kind of inspect the body of Glasshail.
Okay.
Kind of like Stevie makes a point to study dragons, right? So
Yeah.
she's going to see if there's anything useful on the body, scales, claws, whatever.
I mean, if you're talking about scales, where you guys were beating on it and it's where it was injured, you do see, there around the injury some loose scales that you could easily just,
I'm gonna
kinda
grab
like
some
peel off.
scales
like a
because
loose,
I want
like a
to-
loose toenail.
Ow. Fuck.
How
that hurts.
many scales do I get? we roll for it?
Let's see.
Stevie, is it a boy or girl right now?
Working
Let me.
pause.
I think it's a he. I can't. The legs
there
kind of
you
in a
go.
weird position.
I don't know. Oh, it was supposed to be Tiny. I had her highlighted, but yeah, 5.
5.
That tiny
I
roll
get
was actually me.
5 dragon scales.
You gotta like unpause the game.
Thanak is just going over the notes.
Tiny is playing with Firebolt, trying to melt the ice.
That's why you took
Okay.
That's a cool fucking mug, dude.
Thanks. It was like $20.
How add inventory?
While they're doing that, Tiny, you said what? So what are you trying to do? Are you actually trying to cast a spell on this, or?
I'm using firebolt to try to melt the ice. And she keeps firing it in the same spot over and over again, trying to melt the ice.
There's got to be a limit. This fucking cantrips. I swear to God.
It's every 6 seconds.
But if you're trying to get the ice does have an AC and it does have hit points, if you will, if you're trying.
Okay,
to
well, I can't. Okay, so
So
I
you
just
could
roll a D8,
yeah,
12.
just click on the firebolt. If you just, I think you might be able. You'll still be able
I
to
have
roll
to
it.
target something. It won't let me.
Just roll a D20 plus 2.
Just roll a D20 plus and add
Plus
plus 2.
two.
Yeah.
It is official, by the way. At the moment, Mal has the highest intelligence. At the moment. I see you shaking your head, Arcane. I know what you are.
15.
Hilarious.
It barely. You see it kind of shimmer. The firebolt hits it, and you see like a little bit of water on there, but all it looks is just a little sheen of water appears on there. Actually, roll your the damage, which is a 1d10. So I know.
Do you think? I mean, Blagothikus is a cloud giant. He knows ice. Do you think we could maybe get him to melt that?
That'd probably be the more efficient route.
Yeah, Tiny, come here. We're gonna try and get Blagothikus to deal with all that ice, so we can get some of the stuff underneath.
Just for a little a sized understanding here, the sheet of ice is about 120 feet long,
and also taller than
20 to 30
times.
feet. And, well, it's a flat piece of ice. It's like you're standing. It's like the floor.
Right, but like it's thick, and it is as thick as 2 tinies.
Right. Going down.
Yep.
Right. But yeah. The sheet of ice and the gold is about 120 feet long and 20 to 30 feet
ice.
wide. And you got a little bit of water on like a little 5-foot square in front of you. A little sheen of water appeared.
Yeah, Tiny, let's go see if Blagothikus can take care of that for us, so you don't waste all your time.
Which
gonna take
I
a
can
while.
send you guys directly there if you want to go.
But
Walking animation.
but shiny. I
We'll
can
get
get
the-
it.
We'll get the shiny. We'll get it easier than you could.
I grab Tiny by the back of the legs. Nope. We'll get it later.
We'll make a giant break this ice for us. It'll work better.
But I was having fun playing with the fire and the ice. It's making water. I can play in the water too.
You know what? Throw
I
the
mean,
fire
you
at
haven't
me.
had a bath in a while.
Just throw the fire at me. You'll have just as much fun.
Secret Dust is like, I'm going to go do a little exploring while we're here. You guys can go talk to Blago. I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. She kind of just saunters off. And I'm assuming, so you guys want to head up to Blago's tower?
Blago.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
big
love
big.
how you just made Secret Dust call him Blago, so you didn't have to say Blagothikus.
Yeah. Well, not only that, that was our one of Illinois' governors that was in prison, Blagojevich. They called him Blago.
Yeah. Me and Mal are very injured, so I think we should heal.
I'll be fine. Just a flesh wound, as I got an icicle still impaled through me.
But as you guys come up the stairs, you see Blagothikus standing. There's a rune laying around him, and you see him. He's kind of glowing, and there's a panel that was hidden in the wall that's come out, and there's a crystal on there, and there seems to be some handles, and you could see that the wall that was there in front now is now opened up, almost like a cockpit window, where you could see outside as he's flying the citadel.
That's interesting.
And he's kind of flying. He's like, "Oh, hello there. You're back. How are you guys? Everything? How'd it work out down there? It seems like you're not dead. So I guess
The
everything's
dragon's
okay."
dead instead of us, so that.
You've
Oh! As by the way, he cheers. He lets go of the handles, and it's you guys can feel your stomachs go up as the citadel dives about like 50 feet, and then he grabs onto it again and stabilizes it. Sorry about that. Yes, thank you. Good. All right. Awesome. So no more dragons. The cult. I think there's still some of the cultists hiding out in one of the rooms down there, but looks like Citadel's pretty clear.
There's also a pretty sizable dragon horde covered under a giant sheet of ice.
Oh, yeah. There's all
Do you
that ice
think?
on there.
I don't know. You're a giant. It's giant. Think you could take care of that?
Yeah, I got a few tricks up my sleeve. I think that I can get rid of that ice. It might take me a little bit. First, I gotta get us on the right course here first, and I can head on there and probably release some of that with my cut, of course.
Of course,
as well.
It's your castle.
Yeah. So, are you guys headed anywhere? Do you want me to? I can take it wherever you need to go.
Thanik?
I believe the last I heard is there was some talk about going to Greenest. Is that still on the cards for anyone?
Maybe you should ask him about that sword that is currently maiming you.
I mean, I can try. It's not very giant kind, but I lift it up and I show it to him.
Maiming you?
This is Resmir's sword. It seems to have taken some kind of silly hold over me. And I would
got
like to try
Resmir's sword?
Oh, yes.
Hazirawn.
Hazirawn, yes. Great weapon. Pokes me every once in a while. Quite annoying.
Okay, we have a problem. I don't know all the details about it. I know Resmir had some paperwork on it apparently, but it's obviously a Netherese artifact that she's been collecting, and she loves the stuff. But there was something she had to do with it before she could use it. I don't know if it was in that paperwork she had. If you maybe you might want to go take a look and see if you can find that. But there's something specific you need to do with it, and if you didn't, it could be problematic.
Well, it seems that I grabbed the sword before we uncovered any sort of the paperwork, and as I did not speak any sort of passphrase as dictated in some notes that I received, as well as I do not speak Netherese. I am currently stuck.
You attuned to it?
Well, yes, of course. You try and utilize it to its greatest power.
Now hold on. Stop. Listen. We're. I mean, your people have my people's blood. You're kind of cousins.
Of course.
Let's just talk man to man here a little bit. You know the sword did pretty good damage without attuning, right? You didn't have to immediately jump into the attuning situation, right?
Well, a sword can be a sword, but if it's a magical sword of any kind, you want to utilize its full power, especially going and fighting a Godspeed dragon.
And how much skill do you have in magical artifacts, and how much training and in the magical arts?
My line of work has not brought me across many, but I've been told by several compatriots and former clients of mine that if you find a magic item, use it. So I did.
So you've never cast a spell in your life, is what you're telling me?
Oh, no, I don't dabble with that.
Yes. Makes sense. Okay. You are in trouble, my friend.
There are scars on my hand that seem to indicate
Thanik.
that is indeed the case, but I do plan on solving it for my own reasons. This is a sword that I'm determined to tame.
All I know about it, like I said, it's a Netherese artifact. There's some thingamajobs that you have to go through. Perhaps you might be able to find some more information on this somewhere, but that's about all I know about it.
You're not entirely sure where. We could go straight to the heart of Netheril. I would love to pay those bastards.
The desert of Anarok? Yeah. It's a big area.
I'd have a lot of fun doing that, I can tell you, but I don't know if it would be helpful at all.
Gotcha. Well,
Mal, didn't you grab some papers out of Resmir's room?
No, Thanik's got those. I got just this fucking sweet ass book.
I read through my papers.
Yeah, and I read my book.
They were given to me by Secret Dust.
Did you really? You said you couldn't read it.
No, you were way too drunk to remember what happened last time.
No, I remember because you were like, "It's big, it's hard," and I said, "You're hard." That's where that happened.
And then that ended up on TikTok.
That, by the way, was him trying. He didn't want to read the sheets that Thanik has.
Yeah.
Bryce Meta didn't want to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's why I have them. There appear to be no names or specific locations in what I read. I realized the potentially grave error that I made getting to know this sword before I had the opportunity to tame it magically. But there's no indication here about where we need to go. So that can also be, unless Secret Dust knows something, or that may just be for another time.
While all this was going on, you guys were talking, Tiny has moved over to by Mal, and she has her holy item in her hands, and she's like sitting crisscross applesauce, kind of flittering a little bit, and she's going to push preserve life between her and Mal. Mal, what gets you up to halfway?
Oh God, Mal. What? Fucking half of 59 is a number.
Half of 59 is 29.
And I have 11.
It is because round down.
Yeah. I don't know why my Drake appears with a torch anymore.
Yeah, I gotta fix that in a prototype token.
What gets you up to half?
18 will get me to half.
Okay. So I'm going to push you to half.
Hey, I'm not as close to death as I used to be. That's interesting. Hey, Thanik. I heard you drop the term Nether Reese. I was reading through this book. This is a bad idea, and I don't like it too much. Have you ever heard of Ebon Death?
Have I heard of Ebon Death? I think probably from my history I would have.
Because according to this book, I believe... Let me double check, make sure I'm right on that. That's a Draco Lich's Hoard.
A Draco Lich? What is a Draco Lich?
So imagine a dragon who just is a big enough dick where he doesn't want to die.
Is that how liches are made?
Like an undead dragon.
Kind of. I'm double checking, make sure.
Well, I mean, I
am right. I remember that correctly.
We've killed a live one. How much harder could a dead one be?
I don't know a lot about them. Probably a lot.
Hey, Mel, give me a wisdom check.
A wisdom? Oh, I'm great at those.
Mm-hmm.
And would I, in my 25 years of adventuring on my own and contracting these sorts of things, have I heard of Ebon Death before, Lunga?
I would have to have you roll
Sure.
on that. But yeah, okay. So, Mel, as you look at it some more, the Ebon Death seems to be part of it, but you remember when you guys were at Castle Neotar, you were looking through that telescope and you saw Ragamanthir, the dragon, and then you saw a second black dragon as well. And as you continue reading, there's this, you notice there's a section about Ragamanthir in the book as well, that and some words in there might catch your eye.
So
Thanik, you can give me a history check if you want.
Do your thing, Mel. I'm rolling.
Yeah, and as I was going through this, there's this cool little section called The Black Death, which talks about how his Hoard may possess some Netherese artifacts. By the way, big black dragon, Vorga.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. Yeah. You got it.
Yeah, Vorga.
Blago goes over his shoulder. Ragamanthir!
Yes, Big V, as we're going to refer to him. Big V, if you remember, I saw him through that cool telescope. By the way, there's two of them. That's terrifying. They are also in search of some other fucking shit in here. Because there's a weird twin crown thing, which apparently some fucking twins from a long time ago had crowns that they could talk to each other. That would make sense why they can attack two things at once. And they're looking for something called the Principe Antiquus.
Sorry, what was that?
The Principal Antiquus.
Yes, that actually was mentioned in the notes as well. It was through the spellcrafting research that Hazirawn, who, long story short, was a Netherese general that they brought back to life several times before. They just weren't able to do it anymore, and they sort of crushed his soul into a sword. It was through the Principe Antiquus that they processed that information. And they received all the spellcasting knowledge required. So if they're looking for it, perhaps it could be useful to us in terms of reversing whatever it is that's happened to me. I would very much like to find a way to maintain this sword in some way, but I do believe that requires what has happened to be undone first.
As you guys are talking about this, Stevie's just kind of taking one of the dragon scales she has and kind of like trying to attach it to the Amulet of Health to kind of make that into a spellcasting focus.
Just with sticks and glue, you centaur MacGyver.
Looking at Stevie horribly failing this. Anyway. So, 2 black dragons looking for this thing that happens to be the thing that also maybe saves your shit. I fucking hate dragons.
Oh, they're not all bad, sweetie.
They fucking suck.
We've only came across one that's nice at all. The rest of them are very
because the Cult of the Dragon mostly deals with chromatic dragons, and those are known to be somewhat, evil.
And from looking at Castle Neatar, Mel, from the telescope, you kind of have an idea that he's in the Mirror of Deadman in the swamps somewhere outside there, so you know generally where you saw
I don't know. It occurs to me, Thanic's problem is of the magical variety, and while we do need to search out these artifacts, it would be good to have somebody who knows magic to help us out to, figure all this out.
I'm very disgusted.
I know magic!
I'm very disgusted with magic, despite
I know magic.
current situation that I'm in.
Blanco, by the way, is still driving. Listen to you all. He's like, so am I going somewhere? Am I taking you somewhere? Where are we going?
Go to the Mirror of the Dead. That seems like a good starting point. Maybe? Everyone on board with that? Go find those fucking dragons.
Blanco, where are we supposed to go next to find
It's either that or we can go see all our friends.
Greenest first. You wanted to stop off in Greenest first.
I mean, I think...
Fly over the Mirror of the Dead towards Greenest.
We can see if we can spy a dragon before we go to Greenest.
He's like, listen. How about I'll make you guys a deal. If you give me half of that hoard, the gold, I'll ferry you around wherever you need to figure this stuff out.
60-40.
All right, so you guys want to get off here, is what you're saying. All right, let me just settle this down.
Mal.
I just want more diamonds so I can save you guys.
Can we get
there's a lot of gold
majority
there.
of the diamonds?
It's quite a bit.
I don't want gold. I don't need gold.
If there's diamonds, if there's diamonds, she can have the diamonds. Okay, we'll settle that. But 50-50, I want half of the hoard that's down there. This upkeep on the citadel is can be pretty expensive.
Absolutely.
So Greenest, that's where you guys want to go? That's what you're telling me? You want to go to Greenest?
I think we should go there first. Check in on how things are going with
all right. So listen, I can't land this thing obviously in Greenest. There's no chasm or ravine that I can. So there are some wyverns, trained wyverns downstairs in the stalls. You can hop on them. I'll hover over. You guys can fly down to Greenest, come back up whenever you're ready to go, and we'll do that. So
I'm sure that'll
go well
with
a fucking
with
wyvern.
the very small town that we began in that saw dragons for the first time. I'm sure these wyverns will be greatly well received.
All right, so he turns it around. It is going to take. It's about 9:30 in the morning. I was going to say it's about 9:30 in the morning. So it's going to take a good with the flight of the castle about 10 hours or so to get there. So you guys are going to get there like early evening. So you'll probably get there it'll be like around 6-7 o'clock in the evening when you get there. If you guys want to take short rest,
10 hours is
plenty of hours here.
We just woke up. We can't long rest.
We just got whomped on by a dragon. We're tired.
You almost died.
I didn't.
No. Mel almost died.
I'm perfectly fine. Blood spurts out of the hole again.
Hey, I did heal you enough where you should be at least keeping the blood in.
You see, halfway to dead is still halfway to dead.
What's... Oh, you healing them? Is that just happening here?
Cup's
hit
half
dice.
full.
I suppose Shorus is not a bad
I think
idea.
I did actually take damage, and then the import did weird things. Whatever, it's fine.
Short rest and get myself up to full so that whatever it is that we run into in Greenest can't kill us.
What if there's a dragon in Greenest again?
Let that.
Well, I mean, at least for now, we don't have to worry so much about Tiamat. So, I mean, any dragons that we can get rid of
would
be
help.
beneficial, I'm sure.
I am not spending hit dice because I need to get them back.
All right, I'm going to open up the next map while you guys are doing that. So all this time passes. It's about 6:30 p.m.
How long has it been since we left Greenest?
It's
been months, right?
3 months.
Around there? Yeah, that sounds about right.
3 months. And you arrive in Greenest, and it seems to be very cheery. There's fireworks going off. It seems to be like a festival in the making going on.
Is there a holiday today?
Here. I would say as you guys are walking through town, Thanik, give me a well,
is that party animation
music playing here? I got 2 things of music playing here. I only need 1. There we go. Okay. A little festival music for this. Thanik, I'm going to need you to give me a what was I doing before? Intelligence.
It's a great question.
Yeah. No, actually, yeah. Give me an intelligence saving throw.
16.
Okay. So as you guys are walking, they're kind of walking ahead of you, and you hear you're passing a barn of one of the homes, and you hear some sounds emanating from there, and you hear the voice of the Hazirawn in your head, and it's like, there seems to be danger in this barn. You must investigate. And you are unable to not follow this line of persuasion that Hazirawn is giving you.
Sure. Then I will make my way to the barn.
Okay.
Where are you? Are you walking in front of all of us, or like middle back?
I believe he said I'm behind you guys a couple of places.
So I just imagine Stevie's like talking, like chatting away, and then all of a sudden, Thanik?
Yeah,
Thanik?
I mean, you guys can do perception checks. If you want to notice him walking away, you guys can do a perception check.
Plate, it shouldn't be difficult because it's just chink, 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 chink.
Well, the perception check is basically how distracted are they by what's happening in Greenest. It's very, yeah. Okay.
I got a 12.
Yeah, Mel, you didn't notice. You don't notice it. Yeah, Stevie definitely does not notice it. Tiny,
you rolled so well on that.
You do notice him, kind of walk off. But that's all you notice is that he just kind of walks off. You're muted, babe.
I'm going to follow him.
Okay. Are you going to let him know that you're following him, or are you just following him?
No, just
Are
following
you gonna let
behind
us
him.
know that he's gone?
Nope, just gonna follow him.
Mal and I are just walking.
Ooh, then I found something shiny.
As we're talking, all of a sudden, hey, you remember when I conned a shit ton of people to buy that weird ass elixir here? Yeah, don't let anyone know you know me.
I try not to remember that.
So as you walk into this barn, Thanik, you notice there's like 3 children, between the ages of like 9 and 12. And they seem to be playing like a game. They have like some kind of like top and some dice, and they're playing a game. They're kind of giggling and laughing. And it's kind of dark in there. Evening setting in. They seem to just have this like one candle on, off in the corner of the barn by themselves, and they're not really. And they're just it's kind of dark as you walk in, and they kind of see you, and they're like, "Hey, you're pretty big." When they look at you, as you walk in.
Is it an opportunity for me to talk?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So under Hazirawn's influence, I just sort of like, I wouldn't say anything, and I just like almost ignoring them, just start like looking around for something wrong or mysterious going on in here.
Children having a seance seems wrong and mysterious. Just saying.
They're playing Dungeons and Dragons.
They're playing a game with a dice and a top. Seance game.
There was candles.
There was a candle, so it's not pitch black in there.
They're playing with the top, and all I see is
like if Thanik thought he saw all that would make sense.
Yeah, if that doesn't trigger danger to me, then I would just like proceed investigating the barn, making sure that there is no trouble here.
Right. So now at this point, I'm going to need another intelligence saving throw.
Sure, that'll go great.
He's gonna kill the children.
17.
maybe not.
You feel that same feeling you had before with Hazirawn, where your head gets very lightheaded and the room starts to spin and everything goes black again. You feel this where you're like kind of like receding from everything, and you're trying to open your eyes in this darkness, and you kind of blink, and you once again feel yourself in the sword. That your perception is coming from the view of the sword, and if you kind of look back, you see yourself holding it with this very wicked smile on your face. And he looks down and he's like, do your parents know? And you hear your voice. It has a little bit of a different timbre, but it's your voice. It's like, do your parents know you are here? Perhaps this shouldn't be where you're at. And he lifts up the sword and he's looking at it to where you can see your reflection. He's looking right at you. Mm-hmm. Smiles. And he proceeds to slay the children.
Tiny is going to interject when she sees him lift up the sword.
Okay.
And she obviously knows something is wrong because she sees a bunch of kids and he is arming himself.
Yeah. At this point, are you going to try to stop him?
I'm going to try. Yeah, I'm going to try to stop him.
Okay. How are you choosing to try to stop him?
I'm going to thorn whip him and try to throw him because I can throw it 10 feet closer to me. So I'm going to try to thorn whip him and pull him away from the children.
Okay. He has go ahead and attack Fennec.
All right. Shit.
Okay, so you see him raising the sword, and you go to thorn whip him, and without even turning around, he takes one hand off the sword. His left hand, he grabs your thorn whip like this, and with the one sword, he literally impales one of the children, killing it. And then he lets go of your thorn whip and lifts the sword up to do the next one.
This point.
Thanik, after that, give me another intelligence saving throw.
Well, there's no way I'm going to roll higher than a 17.
DCs do change, right? As far as the progression of things.
That one.
Stone.
Oh, yeah, no. Okay. You're
Tiny could have told us where
so you're going to kill the next child. Tiny, are you going to do anything again?
I'm going to run in front. I'm going to run in front of him and touch the first child and do sparing of the dying.
The child's dead. This is one of those
more than its total HP.
This is one of those role play rules. This kid's dead. It was a gigantic sword. This kid's beyond saving.
Okay, well, Tiny doesn't know that, and she's still gonna try. And
yeah,
she's
you could try.
Run.
Yeah, sure.
She's gonna run in front and try to get the first child to at least be somewhat okay. And she's gonna start yelling at Thanik at the top of her lungs. What are you doing? These are just children. What is happening?
At this point, does Stevie and Mal hear Tiny yelling?
She's yelling. Go ahead. I mean, depends how far you guys walked off.
She is
you can go ahead and do a perception check.
Reaching at the top of her voice.
Thanik, and you can do an intelligence saving throw again now with advantage. Since Tiny is trying to snap you out of it.
7.
Yeah. You swing down, and you're gonna have to attack Tiny.
Okay. I wonder if it'll let me target from this
and
tiny
perception
screen.
check. Was there perception checks?
4.
No. You guys don't hear it. You guys don't hear it.
Fireworks are too loud.
This is suck.
Do perhaps I hear it?
Yes, I would say you're nearby, since this could be a good way for you to enter as well. So You don't have to do a perception check. I'll say you are nearby, and it's loud enough for you to hear some screams. You don't know what's happening. So let me unhide you.
Ooh. He looks good.
Is that an edgelord?
I didn't see the AR for that. He looks good.
So you hit Tiny for 23 points of damage.
And with the failed con save, the necrotic damage is not recoverable, which is 12.
Okay. So I have to, my max,
your
gotta
max
go
is
down
down by 12.
Okay.
Tiny, do you want to do anything?
Yes, I am going to. I'm going to keep fighting him, and I'm very upset at this point. So I'm going to spray poison spray at him.
Okay. You go ahead and do that. At this point, Faerun, you can. How do you pronounce it? Faerun? Faerun?
Faerun.
Faerun. Okay. So Faerun, you hear what's going on, and you kind of enter the barn at this point, right as Tiny's casting poison on Thanik.
And I'm also guessing that like the other two kids are like fucking booking it, right? Especially without me.
Yeah. At this point, I would say,
pops.
So when Tiny protected the one, the other two ran. So the kids are running out. So just as Faerun comes in, the two kids are running past him. And there's a dead child on the floor, and Tiny.
And I did get a 14.
This.
So I succeeded on your poison spray.
There you go.
So I see a Goliath holding a sword, a dead child, and a fairy bloodied in a barn.
Pretty much, yes.
Oh, no.
I'd like to cast a spell if I could.
Please.
I'm going to.
I would like to cast Power
hopefully
Word
this
Kill.
works. I'm not going to kill him. I'd like to cast Banishment on Thanik.
Banishment?
Jesus.
Send him to fucking space, baby.
And Hex of Hazirawn right now. Just FYI, the duration of banishment is, or no, never mind. I thought it was casting time. Never mind.
Charisma.
You got to make a charisma save. Oh, fuck you!
Wow!
I'm fucking up these intelligence savings throws, but y'all can't cast
But I will say this though, Thanik. With the events that are happening, with hitting Tiny, her trying to attack you back, now this unknown person trying to cast a spell on you, and then succeeding on that saving throw, you feel it receding, and his hold kind of falls on you, and you feel yourself go back into your body. You blink, and now you're back in the body holding the bloody sword, and you're in control once again of your body. Stevie and Mal, with him casting banishment, and banishment is a verbal, and her casting poison spray and stuff.
I mean, at some point we would have noticed that Thanik and Tiny.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. At this point, I would say you would have noticed he's not there. If you want to know where he's at, you can do a nature check to see if you can figure out. Yeah, to see if you can find out.
I think I get advantage on those because but it's not my favored enemy.
Man, Ranger's gonna suck at tracking this guy.
16.
Can I use a bonus action on Thanik?
You don't know what's happening, so you don't realize he's back in his body. So you can use a bonus action. Stevie, you can see exactly where Thanik went. And
he's not exactly light. He does leave tracks.
Yes.
And this is probably going to fail, but I'm going to try and shove him telekinetically.
Oh god.
Strength saving throw.
It's a strength save, so
we begin this with PvP. This is ridiculous. Okay, but this is okay. This will do it.
How much time do I have to take in my surroundings before this happens?
I mean, you again in the sword, you know everything that has happened. The only disorientation you have is that you're back in your body.
And I'm also cognizant of the fact that I'm back in my body.
Yes.
Can I choose to fail the saving throw?
For this? For the shove?
Yeah, for the shove.
Yeah, why not? We've done it before.
Yeah, watching what happened and watching the tragedy that just occurred and seeing this person completely unknown but also participating with Tiny trying to stop me, I would just, like, shoulders limp, sword pointed at the ground, like, head hung low, and then...
It's only 5.
So, Stevie and Mal, you guys... Mal, I'm assuming you're following Stevie?
Oh, of course.
Okay. You guys walk in...
At this point, we're not worried or anything because we just thought
You're just
wandered off. We didn't hear any of the screaming.
Right.
Like...
You walk into the barn right as you see Faerun telekinetically shove Thanik as he flies up against the wall. You see Tiny
Tiny is on the ground with these kids, touching them, trying to heal them, trying to bring them back.
The other two ran.
Well, there was only 3 kids total.
3 kids, 2 ran, and he killed one.
Oh my god! The other 2 left.
I thought he killed the other. I thought he killed the other one too. When I failed.
Oh, you took that hit. You took that.
Yeah,
hit.
you took that.
Okay.
Yeah, you took that hit.
Okay, so she's on the floor with the one kid, trying to bring him back to life. Right. She's crying.
I'm on my ass, and I look towards Tiny. And I say, "Do you have any diamonds on you now?"
Yes.
Tiny, use the diamond. And Stevie kind of goes up to Thanik and kind of like looks at him, kind of like, "I told you."
She's going to try to do rectify with the diamond and her holy.
Revivify?
Revivify. Yeah, she's going to try.
Revivify to rectify.
It's almost as bad as Citurn to Citurn.
Hey, I have like 4 different names.
It's become such common language now. I think Lunga used Citurn as a swear. Guys, Citurn.
She's crying. She's holding both the items in her hands as she's like sitting crisscross applesauce, rocking lightly. She doesn't even care that she's bleeding or hurt. She's just trying to bring this child back to life. Like, that's her only goal at this moment, was that her friend did not just kill an innocent child. Because
Faerun,
that
do you have
will
anything
change how she looks at this guy now.
Faerun, do you have anything to say at this moment as you see 2 new people walk in and everything that's happened?
I think I would, like, because this is a barn, so there's probably an entrance on both ends. I'm probably just like peeking around the corner because I just saw this guy be like, "Oh, fuck banishment." So,
yeah, which Thanik is not only wearing full plate armor, but he's like a hard 8'6" as well.
I believe it was a hard 7, but all right, keep going.
Oh, was it 8? Okay, fine.
Yes,
we'll make it 7.
Because Fizz was a soft 7.
Yeah, remember Sophie had the whole little height chart.
Yeah.
Hard 7, soft 7.
Is Tiny succeeding in the resurrection?
Yeah, it won't let me because there's nothing to
there's nothing to do. Does that have a does Revivify have a to hit? Or
I think it's just a time limit. A minute.
I think the bigger ones like Resurrection, there's a lot of folks that do like flavor stuff with it, but Revivify is just like diamond consumed, back up.
Yeah, so it's instant. It's instant.
Has to die within a minute.
Yeah.
The person had to have died within a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the spell can't return to life. A creature has died of old age. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so you cast your spell. The diamond, you hear it crack, and then it just turns to like sparkly dust, and you see the child's wound closes, and it still has a scar. And you just hear it take a deep breath, and he's still unconscious, but he's breathing again.
Now, do you have anything that can make the child not remember this trauma?
No.
Tiny is just holding this child, like, and she's probably about the same size if the child's not even bigger than her, but she's like holding this child like a mother, just like, oh my god, are you okay? Like, just trying to like,
Stevie kind of like
tears.
Pats Tiny on the back. Does she notice Faerun?
Yeah, he was standing right there. I mean, he said he tried to back away a little bit. If he wants to try to stealth or hide, he can. But otherwise, if he hasn't, you guys see him at this point.
You're
I mean,
muted.
you walked in when he was doing telekinetic shove on Thanik, so you didn't see him.
I wouldn't try to stealth. I'd just be like, obviously this is some interesting shit, so I'm kind of like, what just
Sorry,
happened?
what?
I don't want you to see all of me, but like whole head outside that
Tiny's like trying to like coax the child to like be okay, while she's just looking up at Thanik with tears and fears, like, "Oh my God, what did you just do?"
Thanik,
Well,
I'm not letting you out of my sight ever
That's
again.
probably safest.
Sorry, what was your name? Thank you for helping. He's cursed currently.
It's Faerun.
Kieran. I'm Stevie.
What the fuck's going on?
He
picked up a sword.
At this
He
point,
picked up
hold
a
on.
sword.
Moment. I'm sorry to interrupt the RP. Let's give Faerun an opportunity to introduce his character, what he looks like, what everyone's seeing.
So you would see a gray-skinned person. He's got pink eyes. His hood is like, it's a cowl more than a hood, but semantics. You'd be able to see that he's got pointed ears, and he's sort of dressed in just like green and dark cloth, no leather. Doesn't look armored at all. That's pretty much him. Just a healthy looking dude.
So he picked up a sword and tried to attune to it, and it has now cursed him. And sometimes he goes nuts and tries to kill everyone.
And as that's happening, without any control over, with my control back of my body, I just like I stand up and I take a breath for a minute, and then Thanik turns and just like full force like punches through one of the fucking barn pillars and is like breaking hay bales and shit.
You're breaking. Wait, you punch into the pillar? Okay, you need to do a. Using your hand, you're punching. So yeah, go ahead and do a.
Unarmed strike.
This would be a great time for a nat 20.
Oh my god.
Oh no, that's fucking. I don't punch tiny. Let it be known.
It wasn't tiny.
I punched wood.
It wasn't tiny. Yeah, but you did get it's a dirty 20, but you got a 20.
I did.
So go ahead and roll the damage for it.
I'm gonna untarget Tiny before I.
Yeah, untarget, please. She's hurt enough.
Not that she cares at this point. She's just trying to like.
If it's unarmed, it's just a strength +1. So.
Stevie kind of like kneels down a bit to Tiny and the child's level, and kind of like rubs Tiny's back a little bit, and you see this kind of like greenish glow happening as she unintentionally casts Cure Wounds for the first time.
That's just doing level 8 shit, not knowing what we're doing.
Go ahead and roll damage for that, Thanik.
It's just 4. It's 1 plus my strength modifier, so 4.
Gotcha. Okay.
You only have a +3 to strength?
No, sorry, it's 5. Sorry.
It's a pretty old barn, and it wasn't a 4x4 pillar. It's kind of a smaller one, a 2x2. Kind of hand. You see, it's kind of handmade, put together, and you break it, and it doesn't break completely, but it snaps, and you hear it creaking, and you start seeing dust falling down from the ceiling, and you hear loud creaking noises and snapping.
Thanik, this barn doesn't seem too terribly sturdy. Maybe don't do that.
I'm not paying attention. I'm currently murdering the fuck out of some hay bales at the moment.
Faerun, how did you push him? He's a big boy.
Just telekinesis, mate.
I'm sorry, what?
Telekinesis? You never heard of it?
Yes? Okay, cool. Fucking meet everyone in Greenest, my god. What's next, a fucking animated scarecrow?
Do I recognize Thanik and Mal, seeing as...
Yes.
I've been in town for a bit.
You will know. I gave you the little idea of the time frame too, because it's not immediately. So you know that they're preparing a celebration here for the heroes of Greenest, and they've been preparing. It's kind of been a party situation, preparing now for about 3 or 4 days, and a celebration itself and an unveiling of something that they have planned for it is coming 3 days from now.
Is this a preparation for the heroes of Greenest that left Greenest?
Yes.
This is gonna be awkward as fuck.
So the only ones you would recognize
Rinser. We gotta
are Thanik and Mel.
Fleur. We got so much explaining to do.
I think I was considered one of the heroes of Green. No, I wasn't.
No,
you guys got that title before I joined.
Yep.
You did.
Get fucked. We're famous.
Oh god.
At this moment, Mel's the only true hero of Greenest anymore.
Well, nobody knows what I did yet.
One does.
Yeah, the kid knows. I mean, Mel, were you doing anything to make the kid forget?
Stevie, I don't have anything though. The kid's not gonna forget. Be traumatized as shit. I've been beat within an inch of my life, not fucking killed. That kid's traumatized. Fucking goddamn it, Thanik.
Before we left the ship we were on, did we get any of the jewels or any of the money? That
no, not yet. He's working on it to break that off for you. Yeah.
He gave us an IOU.
Basically, just so you know, just for meta reasons, the gold. I know you guys are going to get that. That's after this. After Hazirawn ends, you get that at the end before you go into Rise of Tiamat.
Can we at least get like an advance of some diamonds?
Like, we have at least one diamond to resurrect a child.
Right.
No, she had one. She used it for a child.
I have two.
Them's the break. Okay, two. There you go.
Two. I used one.
There you go.
Well, hopefully that's not anything we need anymore.
Well,
as Thanik is just like fucking heaving in a corner, finally stopping punching things.
You have no room to talk. You tried to kill an innocent child.
Technically, he succeeded.
I didn't try nor succeed. Is the best way that I can explain it.
Child almost died here.
Yep.
Child did die.
From outside of this body, I understand how the blame is mine, and I will take responsibility for it.
How?
I don't think you've explained that. I don't think you've explained that to them yet, have you? You haven't explained to them that you are inside the sword when this happens.
No, I haven't gone into full detail yet.
Yeah.
Well, I think we kind of knew that that he randomly attacked Bob, but he
I just didn't describe what it looked and felt like.
Right. But you don't know that he's inside the sword and someone else is the entity in his body.
All I know is the sword is bad and he turns evil.
That is why we are going to fix this. And even if it requires me to go on this trip myself in order to fix this, I'll do it.
So you can kill more people?
So that I can wield a weapon worthy of fighting this cult properly without the downside.
At this point, I don't think the sword is going to let him go unless we break that bond first.
We at least know what we're looking for. And then I'll have my opportunity for it to either see reason or, as I've said several times, to tame it and bend it to my will.
I don't know.
Do you want to maybe not use the sword until you're ready for it? There's like a whole bunch of kids in this town.
You should definitely not be sleeping in town tonight, I'll tell you that much.
Well, regardless of where it is that I need to sleep, the best way, stranger, Faerun, that I can describe it is that it has a hold on me in a way that I don't even need to necessarily have it in my hand for it to persuade me.
So it's kind of a moot point. He can't just leave it somewhere and then come back for it. We have to take care of this as soon as possible. I mean, I'm not that, like, I have a little bit of innate magic, but I've not studied any of it. I don't like, and we have a couple of clues to guide us. Like, it's a Netherese artifact, and we need to get those crowns, the twin crowns. But I don't know.
You mean the antique particular?
Principe Antiquus.
Tiny is super upset at this point, and she's going to look at Stevie and change to what's the dragon language?
Draconic.
She's going to change to Draconic and start talking in Draconic instead.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to tell Stevie exactly what happened. That he came into this barn for no reason and held up his sword. And when she tried to stop him, he caught her thorn whip and continued to try to kill these kids. And when she got in between them, he immediately attacked her.
Oh, that's not good.
And again, if you don't know Draconic, you wouldn't know that this little conversation happened.
Yeah, and Stevie speaks back in Draconic. Tiny,
I don't trust him.
I don't think it's him it's the sword that's doing it, and the sword is not it. He can't just put the sword down and it's over. That's not how that's going to work. We need to help him remove this curse or figure out how to break the attunement.
I have a curse removal spell. I have dispel magic. I don't know how else to help him, but I can't watch him kill innocent people. I can't do this.
I know. I'm not going to let him out of my sight. I will step in between him and anyone.
We have to keep a close eye on him.
Yeah.
Faerun's going to speak up in Draconic also.
I was waiting for this.
I knew it was coming.
Fuck yeah!
Why you just try removing the sword out of this dimension? That way he can't get to it, at least until you figure out how to control him a bit better.
The problem is his pride won't let him.
Oh, fuck his pride. You got a bard. I see that cistern on his back.
I assume you point at Mallory. Like, what the fuck are you saying about me?
Isn't this always the worst part?
Do you think?
Shut up, Fennec. You killed the kid.
I don't know how any of this kind of magic works. I know nature and that's not something natural. That's something somebody who's studied magic did. I don't know if that would even help getting it to another dimension.
He's too much of a blockhead.
He'll still be affected. He just won't be able to physically get the sword if it's in another dimension.
I think it's going to cause more problems.
The sword does a lot of damage. Back in common, Fennec. If we're going to help you, you need to let us take the sword to another dimension temporarily until we can get enough information to figure out how to break the hold.
I'm not opposed to the sword going somewhere that it is out of reach. But if there is still some sort of hold on me, I have a great axe. I'm enormous. I mean, after a certain point, it won't matter.
Well, yeah, but the sword... Did you see how much more damage that sword does than your great axe?
Of course, that's why I want it. That's why I want to bend it to my will.
So, I would rather have to deal with you having the great axe than the sword. So let's put the sword elsewhere until we can figure out what's going on.
You can try. Again, we don't know.
We don't know if it's going to work.
You don't know anything about what this part here. Maybe, perhaps Faerun does. I'm not entirely sure, but you're more than welcome to try. And I'll just like unsheath the sword and then just hold it for a good long 5-6 seconds, and then I'll just turn my hand to the side and then drop it and pull my hand away and then just sort of like clasp my hands. And anybody who's looking can see that like my muscles are tensing to keep my hands closed.
Tiny is going to take the child and get out of the barn with the child because she doesn't know what's going to happen and she's scared. So she's removing the child out of the barn away from wherever they are doing
in between
stuff.
Tiny and child, like kind of blocks that. Faerun, if you could get that elsewhere.
Oh, I actually can't do that. It was just a suggestion. But I mean, do you have like a bag of holding or
I
portal
do.
pocket or anything like that, you
Yeah, I
can
have
just
a bag
chuck
of
it in
holding,
there for
right?
now.
You should. You picked one up.
I don't know. It was either you or Mel that.
Yes, I have the bag of holding. I'm putting it in the bag of holding. I'm like not even.
Wait.
I'm grabbing
before you
like.
touch it.
Oh no, I was gonna grab like a bit of my
Question.
cloak and like not touch it.
Thanik, did you just drop it down just at your feet? You're still within like how far away are you from it?
Yeah, I would say I would have taken a step back, like expecting a spell, and then once this progressed, I don't think I would have moved yet on my own volition. I would have just stayed like a step back.
Okay. And Stevie's picking it up and putting it in the bag of holding.
Yes, with cloak like between my hand and sword.
Okay. How far away are you from Thanik?
Wherever sword was.
I mean, as a 7 foot tall person, I would say that the sword probably is still within 5 or 6 feet of me. Because it's a full step back.
As it goes into the bag, your hand is in both your hands are in extreme pain. You can feel it throbbing, and it's not stopping you from doing stuff, but it is a pain that you cannot ignore.
Okay. And you just see again, I've got my hands sort of clasped like this. Once it goes into the bag of holding, you can just see it like to the extent that my like light gray hands are turning blood red and just holding its position there as best I can. There's even like a sort of like.
Is it like intensely painful, Lunga, or is it like?
Yeah. The only way that he's not shouting in pain is just his own willpower. But I mean, if he chooses to like really scream out, he can. But I'm giving him the option of it's intense enough that he can't ignore it, but he does have control over how he reacts. Like if he's like gonna
considering the events of today and trying to maintain his most composure in front of his compatriots and a stranger as he can, he's not outright, like he's not down on one knee or anything like that, but he's very rigid.
Does Stevie notice this?
Well, Stevie will be in pain too.
Yeah, if you guys are standing right there in front of him, you would notice. You would notice that he's paler than normal too. He's right in front of you. You're noticing all of this, so you don't need to do a perception check.
Because isn't Stevie in pain while she's trying to put it in the bag of holding too?
No. She wrapped it up and put it in there. Didn't do anything.
Both of Thanik's hands, not both of our hands.
Oh, okay.
Right. The hands where he got the wounds, because when he first picked it up, it kind of did that blade thing where these spikes came out. And
Thanik, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is it?
Do you want the truth, or do you want to feel better about the decisions we've made today?
I want the truth.
It's manageable.
Do you want something to take the edge off?
No, he does not want any of your snake oil.
It's not snake oil. This is actually legit drugs.
Oh, look at the drugs.
He was dealing in drugs when DMX was there, but I think you sold all those. I think those were all.
No, I never had. No, I tried selling them at one point.
Spice?
And a bunch of homeless people rushed, and I fucking ran away with it.
Oh yeah, he still has some of the spice.
I still have the spice.
I may take you up on your offer later, much to my chagrin, but
I haven't actually.
We need to go find. Who is the mayor of Greenest again?
Nighthall, Mayor Nighthall.
And then who was
why
the
I remember
Gauntlet
that
dude?
name of all the names you guys dealt with? I remember it.
Who was the Order of the Gauntlet guy?
Antar Froom, but he's not in
Antar
Greenest.
Froom.
He's in Waterdeep.
There was a guy with a L name.
Oh wait, no, sorry, Baldur's Gate, right?
You about Leosin?
Leosin.
Also far.
Leosin.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we need to talk to the mayor right away to kind of smooth this over. Mal, that's you.
Oh god, how do I positively explain a killing of a child? That's interesting. Go.
If I need to be left
harder.
I can be left here.
It's going to be difficult. They're holding a celebration for, I believe, you two in a couple days. So, I don't think.
Oh, that's what the fireworks were.
Tiny is taking the child and looking for like a medical nurse, somebody that does.
Well, I mean, you Yeah, I mean, what you did, it's fine. He has a scar from what happened, and he's gonna have emotional and psychological
emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
But health wise, he's sleeping right now peacefully, so he's okay.
Well, she wants to try to find some place, a school or something in town where she can leave the child safely away from danger. Well, she doesn't know who the parents are.
Yeah,
she's just looking for like a church, a school, like Tiny's brain. This is a sanctuary for the child.
Is Tiny kind of dithering out at the entrance of the?
She already left the barn. She left the barn with the child.
Right, and so she's looking actively looking for
a place to bring the child to. What does she?
How far would she have gotten?
I mean, I would say
she's
when you guys first came,
trying to carry a child that's about the same size as her.
When you guys first came in, you guys were in the outskirts, just at the like entrance of town. But Greenest wasn't that big. You kind of can walk the width and breadth of it in like 15 minutes.
And Tiny is carrying a child and also small herself.
Her strength is 8.
Right. So Stevie's gonna, Thanik, you stay here. Actually, everyone follow me. And kind of walks after Tiny. Tiny, the other children ran out of here. The parents are going to be along soon. Just make sure he's warm, and the parents will find him. We'll make sure if they don't, we'll get the mayor to send somebody over. He'll be fine.
Does she see anything nearby?
Again, it's evening. It's a celebration situation. Think of like when there's the weekends where they have like festivals where they close the streets and they have the merchant booths and music playing and people are outside.
There's people everywhere
and cotton candy just walking back and forth. Yeah, and so no one's really paying attention because it's like a carnival kind of atmosphere, festival.
So there's got to be like a tent where they have like first aid or something for people.
Yeah, I mean, as you guys get towards the center of town. There, in the square right there, right in the middle where that center firework is right by the keep. That's where there's a stage and there's a band playing and there's lots of stalls and tents and people there, milling about. I would say there is a cleric station, I guess I would call it.
has like some holy symbol like on top.
Right.
If Tiny was refusing to let go of the child and we were continuing on into trying to find somebody, Stevie would have taken the child and carried instead of making Tiny do that.
Okay. Yeah. So you find a tent and there's a nurse and she's like, oh my, did someone have a little too much fun? Then she notices the blood on his clothes and she's like, oh my lord.
He's
okay starts now. Looking. I don't see any damage. Did someone heal him? Did someone bring him? What happened?
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. He's sleeping, but he needs to be taken care of and find his parents. I don't know who his parents
I know
are.
Who this boy is. I know his parents. This is Philip. So I do know his parents. They're not that far off. I guess I can. Did you find him like this? What did you find a culprit? Do you know what happened?
He's scared and it was a scary situation and I just need to find his parents so he's safe. I need him somewhere safe and away from danger.
I know his parents. I can get him to his parents.
This is a small town.
What happened?
He's fine now. She just leaves. She's so upset. She just leaves. She leaves the kid with the person that knows who he is and she just walks away. She leaves.
Yeah. She kind of crosses her arms and looks at Stevie. She's like, do you know what happened? Your friend seems very...
We're still trying to figure it out. Can you make sure he gets to his parents and hands her a gold piece for her help?
No, she refuses. She's no. I don't need that. She finds a cot. She puts a blanket on him. She's like, I will make sure he gets to his parents.
Well, then make sure this gets to a donation fund of some sort. Continues to.
Thank you. Yeah,
I'm sure the church needs.
And she puts it in a jar nearby.
So while all this is happening, just because I want to make sure I heard this right. Arcane, how do you pronounce your name again? Is it Faerun?
Alright, Faerun.
Faerun. So think like Fury, but instead of E, it's N.
Fury.
And all I can think of is Vin Diesel in Chronicles of Riddick, Furians.
Yeah.
Is that his name?
There's race. He was a Faerun.
Faerun. Okay.
Interesting. I haven't seen that one.
So, Faerun. Sounds like
Faerun.
We have left the
Faerun.
clarification at this point.
I fucking did that shit on purpose because I don't hear it once. Faerun. So, Faerun. How well are you gifted with magic, the arcane arts?
Probably better than a bard, I'd say.
Stevie just
I'll take that low blow because, as you can tell, I am over my head with that sword. Well, I know we just met, and you are a gloomy-looking individual, but I feel like you could be of help if you're willing to help see through that doesn't happen again.
Well, actually, I was trying to find you guys when I heard about the festival, because a dragon was spotted here with some cultists, and I just want to know if you guys fought the dragon at any chance?
We fought a couple.
The blue one?
It was
the white one. We just killed the white one.
Yeah, it was blue.
Then
the one he
killed
killed
the
the
dragon.
Blue.
Right.
Lenathon.
Right, and Dobby, who turned out to be a dragon. I don't know if both of them are dead or if just Dobby's dead.
Lenathon is probably dead, but we didn't see what happened there.
Didn't see him actually die. And then we killed Glasshail.
Right, so you're dragon slayers.
Me personally, I'm just the hero of Greenest.
Yeah, well, I mean, slaying a dragon is a bit more than just protecting a town from, what was it?
A dragon?
People in coats.
Secret Dust walks by the way, eating a piece of cotton candy. She's like, I landed the killing blow, and keeps eating and walks on.
If you want to get dinner lady, call me. Okay, cool.
Well, anyway, did you happen to collect any trophies from the dragon?
Like what?
Well, I'm looking for a scale, but an adult dragon at least. I don't want any of those wormlings.
I happen to have a few that I collected off of Glasshail, a white dragon.
Well, I suppose I could offer my services in exchange for a dragon scale.
What do you need it for?
For a spell.
Insight check.
Yeah, exactly. Same.
What? You don't trust him?
I'm gonna tell you right now, Mal's insight's horrible. You're probably fine with me.
18.
I'm not gonna roll. That's fucking. Never mind, I figured that out. Holy shit, 19.
Wow.
Whoa.
I don't need to roll deception because I'm actually telling the truth. I mean, I guess it
yeah, but
if
you're,
believe.
I would say if you're trying to withhold information, and not tell.
I mean, I
everything,
can do one. Let's do one just for fun. I haven't rolled.
That would be
yet.
So it'd still be deception if you're like trying to withhold bits of it.
Arcane's first roll.
You don't have to be
That's
lying per se, but if you're withholding, oh shit,
it is a 9.
Are you withholding anything?
He doesn't have to tell us
really.
what
I mean,
it
it is technically for a spell. I just didn't tell you which one or if I need other parts. So you're just.
I would say you guys notice that
Yeah.
he's not lying, but perhaps because he just met you guys, he's not willing to maybe get into detail of what he's looking to do.
Mal elbows him in the chest. Hey, I'm withholding stuff. I like it.
I mean, you
Honey,
got
at
two
this-
Fey folk on your team. You can't
Are
trust
we
the
like
Fey folk.
Are we like standing in a circle, or are we
I feel like
talking
we're I feel like we're walking and talking.
We're gonna go try and find the mayor, which I assume he's at the
the keep. And you guys are there in the town square. You're right by the keep, and the keep doors are open.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're just walking that way as we're talking.
Is Thanik up front, behind?
Oh,
where's
I'm
Thanic's in
making
the
Thanik
fucking
walking.
middle.
Yeah, no, he's in front of me.
Mal's
Like-
leading the way or something like that. I don't know.
Tiny will be behind Stevie, like keeping an eye on Thanik, but also a distance from Thanik.
which is hilarious, by the way, because you guys are all like circled around him, walking in a group, and it's just this Goliath in the center sticking up.
If we work together, we can stop him. Maybe.
It'll go as poorly as Infinity War. on Titan.
I mean, we got Thanos here. It's inevitable.
So are you guys making your way to keep then? Talk to the mayor?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so you enter. And inside the keep is also more. You see a lot of other tents and tables set up, more wares as kind of a shopping thing, like for trinkets and stuff like that as well. You do recognize Mayor Nighthawk is standing. He's resplendent in his government robes, standing in the middle, talking to a few people. They're kind of laughing and having a good time as he's standing there.
What was the mayor's name again?
Nighthawk.
Nighthawk.
Yeah.
I know that because I stole that name for my campaign.
Yes,
Of course you did.
yes, babe.
How long does this wound last that brings down my HP?
Until you long rest.
Okay.
Oh shit. That's fucking bad. 90! As Mal walks
As
up.
you guys walk up, he stops. Oh my lord! Now he does recognize Stevie because Stevie was in Greenest.
Right.
So it's the only person he doesn't recognize is Faerun and Tiny. But he does know Mal and Thanik. Obviously, he's Heroes Greenest, and he does recognize Stevie because you were there helping them during the you guys were going to the hatchery and stuff and the cave, the camp. Oh my lord! Gather around! Gather around! Everyone, look! The invitations weren't even sent out. How did you know?
I got a sixth sense for when I'm being praised.
Well, praise you are getting, and praise you shall receive. It's 3 days from now, though. Right now, these are the pre-festivities, if you will. The official ceremony isn't for 3 days from now, but I guess we don't have to. You don't have to send out the invitations, Merelda. You can put the invitation. You don't. They're here. We're good. Welcome to Greenest. Obviously, we're holding a celebration in honor of the heroes of Greenest. Where's? But you seem to be light a few people. Where's the druid Fleur and Fizz, the wonderful cook, and that the very broody chap that you guys had with you. The little
Probably dead as well.
In order, Fleur dead. Fizz with his people.
Called back to the
Rinser, I'm not entirely sure. He's somewhere.
kidnapped.
They're
dead,
somewhere. I'm not
probably
sure.
I believe it goes dead.
I don't remember. Did I ever
maybe
confirm
dead,
that if Venture was
presumed
dead or
dead.
not?
You never confirmed Rinser's dead, alive.
Wow,
whatever.
I think I left that open. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was never confirmed.
just
MIA.
in case. Just in case
Yeah.
he's never decided to come back.
Oh, Fleur is dead. One of the heroes is gone. Oh Lord! Oh, and Fizz, he's with homeless people. I guess he's okay, but Rinser's disappeared. What? Oh my! This is.
And
I'm devastated.
Well, look at the bright side. You still have the mightiest hero, Greenest, and Thanik.
So Thanik.
You see, it was insinuated, yes.
He's a bad guy now.
Thanik
What?
has
Excuse me?
Thanik has gotten
Thanik!
cursed, and we I don't think we can stay for the festivities. We need to.
Ooh, he shushes you and looks around. Just follow me, and he brings you into the keep up to like his office where he brought
His
you
office,
guys. Yeah.
The
Can
entire
we
time-
go pee break first?
Yeah. Let's do an intermission. Let's take a pee break, and we'll return back up in Governor Nuthead's office, and we will be back shortly.
Damn!
There's music in my ears, but that's not the music you're playing. I have a Stevie playlist that has like entirely country music.
I hate it.
I know you
I
do.
love country.
That's a good idea.
That was a idea I got from Sophie, but like it really helps get you in like the RP like frame of mind for your character. Fucker. You fucker. What? No deep throating? Oh God, I would gag so hard.
It's just you gotta open up the throat and you'll be fine.
No, I have a really hyperactive gag reflex. Like
Is this where we're going? Well, I'm trying to fix the audio. This is where we're going?
Yeah.
Are we back?
No.
I thought
You
we
can,
we're
you can
totally
train,
back.
you
Yeah, we're
can
back.
train that to go away. You know that, right?
We're back.
You can train
Welcome
that.
everyone to another episode of Console 6 D&D and Gag Reflexes. Welcome. We are back.
We'll talk
It's
later, Marie.
Not necessary. You can train it out.
Jesus.
It would make
All right,
my
so
life
Governor
easier if I
Nighthall
didn't have it, so.
takes you into his office. He sits and he spins around, closes the door, and he puts his hands on his hips. He's like, "What are you telling me here? What happened?"
Danik is a
He killed a
That guy.
child. Tiny
Who is this?
no.
By the
The
way.
child is not dead.
Tiny resurrected him. This is Tiny. We found her along the way. The cult had captured her along with many other fairies. But
Pleasure to meet you, Tiny. I'm glad you are released from your
and this
captivity.
is we literally just met him, but he helped step between Thanik and the kid. This is
Oh.
Faerun.
He
Well, hello,
saved
Fury.
me.
Thank you. Thank you.
Also,
Thanik, what?
Fury, I
What?
don't-
Thanik and a child. Thanik, why were you hurting a child?
It was not. I was not of my own mind. We found an item that is clearly cursed in our travels, and it's taken a hold of me in a way that I cannot avoid.
He likes
Well,
it too much.
If
Don't
this is
like the
happening,
curse,
you
I like the
cannot.
soul.
You cannot stay in Greenest right now, especially with this festival and everything. This needs to be rectified quickly.
That's what I was saying. I don't think we can stay.
Well, I
Oh, and the kids
you can
gonna
stay.
remember.
Listen, I can let you stay
By
in the
the
keep,
way.
and I'll have armed guards outside, and no one will see you. I'll put you in the upper floors, isolated, so you can stay here the night in the keep, and you know I'll have the floor evacuated to where it's only you on the floor, and I'll have some guards posted at least if you need any assistance. But I'm assuming in the morning you will set off to correct whatever this situation is.
Yes, we have some transportation. We left our wyverns out, outside the town, so we wouldn't cause a fuss.
We have some transportation.
There
We have
are
a
tame
castle that's
wyverns, I
hovering over the town.
Yes, they're very well
Barely
trained.
noticeable.
Very
Well, to be
sweet,
fair,
too.
Yeah, Blagothis did not like like fucking Invasion Day with this shadow going over his
No,
He was a little bit in the clouds away, you know. You
You
guys
know, it
flew down.
weirdly got dark around midday. That's how we're getting out of here.
The wyverns are very well trained. They're super sweet too. They'll let you cuddle with them. They're cute.
They fucking tried to eat me. That was disgusting.
You called them disgusting, and that's why they tried to eat
They
you.
were being a
They
twat.
They understand common. You can't do that. You have to respect them before they will respect you.
Oh, feistes!
Nighthall's just looking back and forth. So you have transportation. Do you know where you are going? How do you even begin to rectify a cursed sword situation?
So, we're thinking of going to the Mirror of the Dead, finding some black dragons. Hope they have a Antiqua Pecus. I'm gonna keep mispronouncing it because
This is
That one
way
doesn't bother
over
me
my
'cause I
head.
don't know how it's actually supposed to be.
I'm a
pronounced.
career politician. I have no. I don't know any of this mumbo jumbo you guys are all talking about. But you're obviously welcome back to Greenest in 3 days when the festival will begin. You know, hopefully, don't come back until you fix this.
yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah. That's the plan. Why do we come to Greenest in the first place? We had some business here, didn't we?
Well, the reason why Greenest came in the first place is Blago mentioned that there was some kind of festival going
festival.
on.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we thought we'll swing by Greenest, it'll be great to... Oh, Thanik killed a child. We're just not going to stay for that.
If you... Just to... How much do you think the parents would need to keep it quiet?
Where is the child?
We left him with the cleric at the medical
town
station.
Square? Mm-hmm. Oh, Joanna. Yeah, she will smooth it over. It'll be fine. Did you tell her anything of what happened? Does she know, or?
I don't.
No.
We didn't give her the full details.
No, we pretty much lied and walked away because Thanik is a bad guy now.
I did give a small donation, but I want to make sure that
I will speak to Joanna and smooth it over. We'll tell her that there were some ne'er-do-wells at the edge of town that tried to take advantage of the festival situation. And, at least the child's okay.
Are you going to say that
right?
Thanik is not a bad guy?
Tiny Thanik is not. Thanik is not a bad guy.
Friends are telling me this sword is the cause
guy.
of this misfortune.
Tiny's not happy.
From my understanding,
Obviously.
based on conversations with Thanik before, he said that thing talked to him. That's usually not a good sign. I thought he was full of shit, and then he, started doing weird shit, and I was like, oh, that might be real.
This is terrifying.
Yeah, truly.
Yes, quiet.
Well,
wasn't there other children in the barn as well that saw?
Oh no!
Oh, there's more.
So maybe you might have to tell the truth. Otherwise,
we should tell the truth.
Children say the damnedest things.
I mean, how many Goliaths swinging swords are in Greenest these days?
Ne'er-do-well.
Well, good news. He doesn't have a sword anymore. He's barehanded.
No,
we took the sword from him.
And to be fair, how old were they? They couldn't have. How old were these children? They didn't.
Were they bigger than me?
Well, yeah, I said they're like between the ages of 8 and 12.
So they're taller than me.
Probably, yeah.
I'm imagining a little fairy just right now, flapping its wings and starts getting.
Again, most children don't know what the Goliath is. When we talk about the heroes of Greenest, they just think of Thanik as a very big man. They don't get out of town much. They don't know the variety, width and breadth of all the different types of races upon Faerun. So I don't think that will be of anything. Again, once I smooth it over, once I talk to Joanna and she speaks to the parents, and I'm sure we'll be okay. But you can't leave the keep now until the morning. Right. So we'll go to your rooms. And if you need any food, I'll have it sent up. Your rooms are prepared for you already. And then in the morning, I would say, at sunrise, right before sunrise, if you want to make your way out and rectify this situation. Yeah,
we'll leave first thing in the morning, and we won't come back unless we fix it.
Or Thanik's dead.
Or Thanik's dead.
Won't be much.
I don't want that. I don't want Thanik to be dead, but it may have to happen.
Well, neither do I. Oh, God, this is morbid. Please, I'm gonna go back outside. This is just a little too much for me. Like I said, your rooms are ready. I'll have them send food up to you. He seems a little faint. He's like waving himself as he walks out and goes down.
Now, before we end up going to our rooms to do our separate things, one thing that has to happen at some point this night, Mal's gonna step aside with Faerun. I must tell you the tale of Mal and his marvelous friends as I put up a PowerPoint presentation of our glorious adventure, what we've all accomplished, the death, the strive, and the beauty of everything that's happened. Of course, Mal.
Highly embellished, I'm assuming.
Oh, fuck yeah. Like Mal.
With Mal, the hero of everything.
Mal slayed Cyanrath with a rapier. He's the single-handedly ripped his dragon's jaw in half in one image.
Do you leave out any details? Does it list all the crazy magic items that you picked up along the way?
A Kismet and how she insulted him.
Yeah. Well, maybe I already knew that.
Maybe you did. But you get this highly embellished, and that is the story of how Mal and his marvelous friends came to be the heroes of Greenest and the world.
Oh, the world's still in peril, though, so
Yeah.
You're not there yet.
Tomato, potato.
Sure.
That's all Mal's doing tonight, and then he'll go to bed.
I think, before we go back to our rooms as well, like, Faerun will be like, well, I know your name's based on just hanging out with you, but, like, I know of you. I don't actually know any of you guys, so introduce yourselves, please. Especially if you want me to advise on things. I probably need to know what you can do.
Oh, yes.
I think who I am is fairly obvious.
Bad guy.
Unfortunately.
The idiot who picked up a cursed sword.
Tiny, go to your room if you're gonna be that way.
I assume
You weren't the one that was attacked.
Yeah, true. Yeah, be pissy. Yeah, true.
Tiny, it's not Thanic that's doing that. It's the sword.
Before we get completely off topic again, like we always do, my name is Malmo Stillfontaine, heir to the Delfontaine fortune. I am a bard for hire and can fuck with people's brains pretty heavily.
That's pretty accurate.
Classic bard shit.
You'll love me by the
What?
Talking to Faerun. He'll love me by the end of this, whether he wants to or not.
I'm Stevie. I'm somewhat of a self-taught expert on dragons. Ranger. I was out in the woods for 60 some odd years, just studying dragons. Shh. We don't talk about that with new friends.
We don't talk about Bruno. No.
We don't talk about Zraxi.
Listen, what Zraxis and I had was very special. Anyways. Tiny?
I'm Tiny. I'm a cleric. I can do a lot of magic. And I have this very cool book that I'm going to read tonight because I'm going to change up some things because that was really scary and I couldn't do anything about it. And I'm going to get some different spells memorized that makes it easier for me to deal with him. Because I think that I should have had and I didn't told person and I could have held him for a minute and try to get you guys to come. I didn't know he was going to do something bad. I'm sorry.
It's not your fault, sweetie.
I followed him and I should have let you guys know that he was not following you guys anymore. And it was normal for me to follow him. So I followed him and he did something bad. And I should have told somebody.
So Stevie kind of shuffles Tiny off to bed, like patting her back, like, it's okay, sweetie, not your fault.
Speaking of which, before everyone gets to bed and Thanic gets locked away for the night, hey Thanic, are we getting high tonight or not?
Well, I don't know. Does it? Am I in a position where I feel like I can fall asleep?
That's up to you.
Not much has changed.
Because that sounds like an emotional thing. I'm not gonna.
Well, my main question is:
you decide how emotional.
It's the same level of pain as before.
Oh, the pain? Yeah, the pain's not changing. It's consistent. I would say the pain would make you sleep fitfully, but you're still gonna get it's not gonna affect.
I just rolled an in-person dice for that. Not tonight, Malamos. Not tonight.
Fine.
I at least deserve one night.
Yeah, tomorrow then. Maybe. That's all.
I'm appreciating this dire and depressing stuff while there's just festival music going on outside. People are having a good time.
Fucking vuvuzelas in the background, and we're just all like, oh shit.
And it's loud enough. You guys can hear it from the windows and everything. So it's.
So we were going to sleep fitfully anyway.
Well, I mean, it's going to end eventually. It's only 7 p.m. So.
That's all I've got.
But yeah. So what do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to take the long rest and move on to the next?
Take the long rest. Stevie kind of sets herself she's not. Usually she'll lay down to sleep, but horses can sleep standing up. I'm gonna say centaurs can do the same. So she's like she has her flail like ready to go. Like if Thanik, does his bullshit, she's ready to intervene.
Lower body taut like a horse, upper body like a dad who's fallen asleep in a chair, like an upright chair, not a recliner. Just
no, she's like up. She's like up against the wall, like kind of leaning on the wall.
Got it.
Okay,
So you're stable trained.
I'm what?
You're stable trained.
I have no idea what that means.
Like a horse
stable trained, like a horse in a stable.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
Are you guys all sleeping in the same room? What's the sitch here?
Fuck no. Mal's in his own room.
Stevie is keeping an eye on.
That dude kills people.
No.
Like I said, you guys can, but there is multiple rooms for everyone to have their own room if they want. So I just want to know where everybody's at.
Yeah, Mal's in his own room.
Stevie shuffled Tiny off to a different room, but Stevie's staying in the same room as Thanik to like.
Well, Tiny, did you want to sleep in your own room?
Probably not.
But you wouldn't want to sleep in the same.
But Thanik, you'd still want to be with Stevie.
There's something about your right front haunch that's just very comfortable.
Would she have gotten in her small form and like slept in like her hood again?
She'd probably stay in her regular size and just like on your back.
Okay. Just like because I mean there's enough space there. Tiny is what 2.5 feet. There's enough like she can just like lay on my back and just sleep there.
Like a 6-year-old that fell asleep on the edge of a couch.
Yeah, exactly.
More like a 4-year-old, unfortunately.
Fucking Stevie's just sat there, one hand on a flail, leaned up against the thing, and Tiny's just like.
Yeah.
Mal fell asleep with a book on his face and says how to kiss better.
Faerun fell asleep with the same book.
Faerun. Speaking of which, so did Faerun get his own room as well, or did he?
Yeah, but I don't sleep. I'm just gonna meditate for 4 hours. Elf shit.
Fucking elves.
Okay.
All right, so it gets in the middle of the night. Everyone is mostly sleeping. Faerun is doing what he's doing. I need. No, you're out. So it's not making any noise. Okay. Thanik, you're sleeping fitfully.
No way, not me.
You're sleeping fitfully, obviously. It's the middle of the night. It's about 1 a.m. It's dark. You hear some rustling. And you feel a familiar sensation, and you see a glow coming from where Stevie's at. And
Malamos, get out of my bed.
The bag of holding. You see it parts a little bit, and you see the tip of Hazirawn come out. Just a tip. And it starts to slowly flow out.
Wait,
and
the tip
lands. Of the shaft? The whole sword starts to come out eventually, as it phase shifts out of the bag, and you see it start to float towards you, and the handle lies gently in your hand. The pain subsides, but the sword is now in your hand again.
If the pain subsides, I think Thanik would take probably the first bit of respite from the lack of pain for like a minute or two, and just like allow himself to actually full-blown breathe in and full-blown breathe out for the very first time. And then in an attempt to communicate, I would just sort of like, in whatever way Thanik even knows how to reach out mentally, he would just think to himself, "That's a cool trick you pulled."
You hear nothing in return. It's just a hum, as it's kind of like almost vibrating, not crazily, but just like some short vibrating in your hand.
We've been together for a very, very short time, but I can promise you, I will enact my revenge upon you. Not just for the ogre or any other attempt at pain you've tried to cause me, but that child. You've now reached the realm of unacceptable, and I will enact my revenge upon you.
At the fringe of your consciousness, you hear the voice slowly start up. You can't hear it at first, but then it gets louder. It's like, you think this is about you? And then the laugh just recedes.
No, I very much think this is about you, Lord General. And I will see to it that your name is forgotten to time.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Sure. $18.
Okay. So you feel the pain being enacted on your hand again. It's not as fierce as it was before, but you definitely feel that there's a little bit of rage.
Good. I'm glad you feel it too.
Are you going to keep the sword, or are you going to put it back in the bag? What do you want to do with it?
I will say Thanik does usually get up way earlier than Stevie does.
Right. It is the middle of the night, though. It's 1 a.m. So it's not like
right. Well, I mean, but theoretically, if he does wake up before her, he can sneak it back in.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say that I was going to do. I think, especially from pissing it off and not receiving pain, and also the pain of the day going away, I would probably take this opportunity to rest what I could, but also with the intention of attempting to return it to the bag of holding before everybody else woke up.
Okay, so we'll fast forward to the morning when you're returning it. I need a Constitution saving throw as you try to place it back into the bag of holding.
Long rest?
Only a 10.
Ooh, okay. So it's very difficult for you to put it in. This sounds so horrible the way I just said that. So it's very difficult for you to put the sword into the bag.
To put in?
Difficult. It's like it's pain, and almost like you don't want to give it up, but at the same time too, you can feel like it's almost splitting you in half trying to let this go to put it into the bag. Shut up. Anyway, this is the only way to describe it. Anyway, so you put it in, and the pain
Virgin all over again.
The pain erupts in your hand, and this time you do shout out loud enough to awaken at least Stevie. And anyone who's not in the room would have to do a
perception check. I was about to say,
check.
Faerun, you were probably awake at 1 a.m. If we went to bed at 7.
Oh, I remain conscious. I don't sleep.
Yeah, it's meditation.
Right.
I have my
but you would have been full consciousness if you did 4 hours. You'd have been full consciousness by then. But again,
but he's in another room, so people in other rooms would have to do a perception check. Stevie and Tiny don't have to do a perception check. It's right there, so you hear Thanik scream, and if you wake up from it, you literally see him just letting go of the sword and putting it in the bag.
Yeah.
Am I successful in doing so, or do I need to make a check in order to complete the task?
No. You got it in there.
Okay.
Yeah, you were able to place it in there, but
I'm not known for that, so that's good to know.
It did cause quite a bit of pain, and you did shout out enough to wake them up. If Faerun and Mal want to do a perception check to see if they heard anything, you can.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Stevie sees Thanik putting it back in. I don't know if she would immediately jump to the conclusion that the sword had gotten out to Thanik. But I think she realizes that is a possibility, right? And so she would kind of stare at him for a long half a minute,
There's
that sort of fuck as he gets it.
I would say you don't know if he's putting it back in or taking it out. You're not sure. You just
And so she stares at him long and hard for a minute. Kind of Thanik.
It found me in the night, I wanted to at least return it to its place where we've all agreed that it should be, at least for the time being. I
as far as
couldn't
the
prevent
perception
it
checks,
coming out.
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Faerun, you definitely heard Thanik. You recognize his voice, so you heard the yell. Mal, you heard something. You don't know exactly what it was, but it was enough to wake you up.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm going back to bed.
That was
I gotta
such
wait
a
a couple
Mal.
hours before I'm expected to be awake.
Such a Mal response.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do a bit of an insight check on Thanik. Just kind of like, I mean, Stevie knows him well enough to like know that he's probably telling, like, he does not lie. Thanik doesn't lie, right? But she kind of wants to see,
At least your
where his
experience, you've never seen him lie.
Right. So she kind of wants to insight into that a little bit, insight into what his mental state is and how much pain he's in. Hey.
Yeah.
So I would say with the 23, you probably fairly well ascertain that there's a difference in being once, because you saw the sword out of the bag of holding but midway through, and then once it goes in, like fucking fists and shoulders and elbows almost lock in pain, the manageable becomes more of like a 7 or 8 out of 10. And I think the other thing that you would see is that there's a degree of commitment to the party being part of this, what feels like very personal journey. And with that, he sort of, as you're looking at him, he gets it in there and he takes a couple of breaths and says what he says, and then it goes, I may have made inroads last night as I spoke to it.
I don't necessarily trust your judgment of that, but I'm still committed to helping you overcome this curse, hex, whatever it is.
I don't think I have any influence at the current time over what is, or I suppose what once was, Lord General Hazirawn. But I think I had at least non-magical influence enough to piss it off, which I may pay for later. But
that doesn't. I don't know if that's necessarily a good
up until this point, it has had complete and borderline calm control over me, and I stoked a response, which could be helpful once we have the magical capabilities to deal with whatever this is.
Well, that's something. I don't know if it's helpful or harmful, but we'll see.
I don't think helpful and harmful are entirely separate. If it's harmful to me but helpful towards my goal, or helpful even in the larger sense towards you all, then I will accept the harm.
You don't have to shoulder this alone.
But that's my whole thing.
I know you're
better than anyone.
I know you're the last of your kind, but and your family is long gone, but you have us now. Let us help.
I mean, please do. But also, what better way for the Thunikalathi name to live on, even outside the mouths and lips of those who may speak it? What better way for it to live on than to ruin or tame or convince or magically persuade something as powerful as this to ensure that it never does anything else evil or wrong or falls in the incorrect hands in which it was carried for such a long time with Resmir. I may not be able to continue who or what or how or why the Thunikalathi was, but if I can accomplish this goal and make something so wrong do right, then my people live on whether anyone remembers them or not.
Stevie kind of like reaches up, kind of like cupping his cheek, because like she has to reach up, right?
Well, did we say that Stevie's quite tall herself?
She's 6 foot. She's 6 foot.
Yeah, but there's
right?
there's no tippy toes for Stevie. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
so I
that's
still have
dangerous.
to.
That's a broken ankle.
Like, Thanik is, a good.
You're tall enough to reach his cheek.
I'm tall enough to reach it. I still have to reach.
But like
right?
extended elbow.
Right. Exactly. Because he's the hard 7, right?
Do you have a big head and little arms? That's the important part, because we need to know.
But she kind of reaches up, cups his cheek, and says, "Your pride in this matter may be your downfall, but we're with you, and we will make sure that the Thunaclothi name lives on, regardless of what happens to you with this sword."
I will see it through to the end, regardless of what that end may be. There are 2 deaths. There's when you die, and there's the last time that anyone speaks your name.
And Malamos will make sure your name gets spoken.
He's going to die very quickly. He's going to get himself into some sort of bullshit and die super fast. But
you hear thaumaturgy. Shut the fuck up, Thanik!
Fuck him. He's going to throw a pebble at me later. It's no problem. I'm immune.
You know how far he's come from where we started.
He thinks, and that's a really big step.
Well, we should probably get the stay started.
Anyway, at that one time, a Faerun pops in. What the fuck's going on in here?
If that's what he wants to do.
Yeah. He did hear, so it's up to Faerun, whatever you want to do.
I don't know their dynamic. They could just be going at it. So
he doesn't know Thanik's a
This
eunuch.
is our pillow talk. Not only is this our pillow talk, but Tiny's still on her back.
Yeah.
Make of that what you will.
Who knows? She's a fairy.
Dude, the fan fictions are gonna be fucking nuts after this.
Oh, Jesus.
But he doesn't even have a dick.
He's got fake.
There's magic, right? Fan fiction can fix everything.
There's an old Thunaclothi saying something along the lines of what that mouth do.
Pretty sure I'm pretty sure 8 foot tall, being
Goliath.
Goliath.
Into common.
He has some thick fingers, I'm sure. At that
Fast
size.
forward to the point where we're fighting the BBG.
All right, Penny is reading her book.
No.
Wow, all this is going on because she got woken up too with the scream. So,
did Tiny hear all of this?
Yeah,
yes.
she heard all of it.
Yeah, Tiny heard all that, and she pulled out her book because what happened before in the barn scared her. So she's trying to read up on her magic and switch some stuff up so she can be of better help to him.
She looks like Princess Anna from Frozen when she was woken up. Just.
And she grabs her book like, "You guys, I'm gonna make sure this doesn't happen again."
Hair is all over the place. Wings are all bent up.
Casters who could change your spells.
Coronation Day.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Do you want to build a math lab?
All right. So, what do you guys want to do?
Well, it sounds like we're all at least either awake or begrudgingly almost back towards sleep before the sunrise. So, since that's when we're supposed to get the fuck out.
Yeah, this happened around 5 a.m.
Yeah, no, we want to get out before everybody starts waking up.
Yeah. So you guys get yourselves together. It's about almost 6 a.m. At this point, and you make your way out of town to.
Stevie probably has to legitimately kick Mal a little bit to get him to actually wake up.
Most likely.
Mom.
You keep saying I'm not your mom, but then you call me mom.
Force of habit at this point.
Don't make me come in there.
Panic, I will fight you.
I will apparently stab you.
You will die
Oh,
if you try to fight him. So let's wake up, get back up to Blagothkus's castle, and get the fuck out of here.
Mal throws a rock at Thanik and then gets up.
Okay.
Not a
so you guys
carry rocks in his pocket or something while he sleeps?
Yeah.
His pocket rocks.
He's collected a bag of fucking pebbles just to chink it off my fucking armor. And
It's like he has
since
pocket rocks
episode
in one
3.
pocket, and then pocket bacon in the other pocket.
So you guys fly up. There was I'm gonna guess only 3 wyverns because Tiny didn't need her own. So Faerun, you're gonna have to double saddle it with somebody as
Probably
you fly
now.
up there.
Because Stevie is heavy, Danik is heavy. We have established that Stevie is a big gal.
Yes,
Faerun,
she's thick.
You want the front or the back? You want right bitch or you want right front?
I'll be behind. I'm never standing in front of a bard. You can't trust. Can't trust.
All right. So you get up there. You talk to Blago. I'm assuming you're telling him you want to go to the Mirror of the Dead Men.
Hold up. While
Okay,
we're flying, like when that happens, I like him. Thanik, can we keep him?
Can you import me now since
You changed spells
You mean
up.
import?
yeah. I changed my spells up.
Oh, yeah.
Why do you guys say
I'm
you
not
like
gonna-
him, but you've never once said you like me?
You know, I have. Let's
I
move
cast Charm Person on Stevie.
on. Again.
No, I'm kidding. That's an old meme. I'm done.
Counterspell.
Counterspell, you fuck. My bane.
Please tell me.
Your hit points though were still low on.
Faerun over here
Yeah,
is
I don't know
secret.
why that did that.
I think because it was on D&D Beyond, you didn't increase your hit points. That's why.
Oh, okay.
Tiny should still have her max HP minus 12.
No, because
because
it's
Long
long
No,
rest.
long rest clear.
A long rest still does count. Oh, okay. I didn't know how that worked with that weird
I
necrotic
asked.
damage for.
Yeah, I asked.
And
Okay.
aid is gone. Just keep that in mind.
So you guys make your way up. You tell Blago, I'm assuming, like I said, you're assuming that you're telling him to go to the mirror. Mal has kind of the idea of where he saw that in the telescope. So you guys are flying over. I would say going back to the mirror. This is one of the.
Did Secret Dust come back with us?
She's
Or she
yeah,
got-
no,
she's off to
she
another-
stayed. Oh yeah, she went and took a. She doesn't even know where you guys went because she went to
She's
sleep.
still in Greenest.
Yeah.
I just didn't
So
Whatever.
you guys left and didn't
Makes
tell her
sense.
anything. So she's.
We didn't know she was with us.
Yeah, we
Well,
did.
she did
Well,
come
no,
down
for
with you.
me.
Well, yeah, but like she didn't tell us she was staying with us.
So
Took one of her
it's another
wyverns
long
for-
trip. You guys left about 6 a.m. It took about 12 hours for him to get the citadel out back towards the mirror. Air for being from the air, he went a little lower so Mal could kind of figure out the outcropping that he remembered where it's at. So you take the wyverns and you fly down.
While we're flying, by the way, guys, there's 2 fucking black dragons. Do we wanna...
Well, then that's by Mirror of the Dead Men, right?
That's where we're going.
Yeah, right.
So are we trying negotiation process? Are we just saying fuck every dragon in particular? Like, what's the plan?
I mean, I feel like once you break the seal, it really just keeps flowing. It took us so long to kill a dragon, but now that we have, I mean, sorry, Stephen L., but fuck dragons.
I'm willing to agree with you for the chromatic dragons. They tend to be kind of dickheads.
Well, that, and if I remember correctly when I was reading the book, I believe these guys are working with the Cult of the Dragon, if only sparsely.
I mean, the best that we know now, and Faerun, this is probably somewhat new information to you, but the best that we know now, the cult has been halted, but not stopped. We don't know when they'll recover or if they'll recover. So,
Cults
if
tend
there
to
are
be
black
pretty-
dragons guarding what it is that we're going after, then it simply seems to be a secondary but also important goal to rid this world of a mad evil dragon, in the process of also trying to heal me.
Two dragons.
I tend to agree with Thanik,
Fuck 'em both.
especially if there's the crowns. Is that what we're trying to get?
The Antiquus Picuicus.
That's a book. The crowns are for twins speaking to one another, if I remember your recitation of your...
I feel like those dragons have to have those crowns, though.
If any of those things are part of the dragon's hoard, they're not going to let them go easily. They're not going to let it. They will not be convinced to let us take those. So if we want them, we do have to kill the dragons.
So hear me out on this idea, right? One at a time. Wait for one dragon to leave, give it some time so they're fucking far away, then go in, try and get one dragon.
For clarification, there's two crowns that make the main crown. They have one, which was in the book, and they're looking for the twin crown of Yarlith. That's what Ragamanthir is looking for. They have one in the crown. They're looking for the other crown.
They're looking for the second crown, and they're looking
the
for
Hoard. The Hoard that they've taken over from Ebondeth has Nethri's artifacts, and it most likely supposedly has the Principe Antiquus as well. So you know that they might have this. They know they have one thing, and they're looking for something else. So that's what you know as far as these readings that you've had.
Regardless, a big thing we need to do, we can't fight two dragons at once. We could probably fight one and be fine.
Well, when you saw them on Neritar, were they next to each other, or was it a small shift in the telescope, or was it going from east to north?
So there's one dragon, and then another one flew in. So
within the same frame.
Yeah, within the same frame.
So we're basically on this outcropping, correct?
Right. You're in this. When you arrived in the swamp, it's kind of chilly. And you do see the water is pretty murky and seems pretty deep at certain spots. You can kind of see an alligator kind of just swimming through, a giant alligator in the distance as well. There seems to be a land path which you can kind of follow to try to navigate this area of the swamp. Where Mel saw the dragon, it seemed to be somewhere north of where your current position is.
Can I do my ranger bullshit and try and find information about dragons with advantage on a nature check?
What are you trying to...
I kind of want to see if I can see signs of dragons around. But just search for it. Like, I believe now that he saw dragons around here, but I want to look for like signs myself of like dragon, presence.
Yeah, I mean, I would say if you're just trying to sense if you feel a dragon.
Oh wait, I have a thing that I can do.
You have a thing?
I can hold up. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Primeval awareness. I can expend a spell slot and sense whether aberrations, celestial dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead are present within 1 mile of me. I'm gonna do that. Bullshit.
There you go.
Are there dragons around?
Yes, you definitely sense the presence of dragons. It's not far away.
Not far away. Okay. I can't. It doesn't
Relatively
reveal their specific location or number. Cool. So there are dragons near. And then I do want to search for signs of like where they might have like tracks, black dragons, like acid marks. I would like to look.
I mean, it being a swamp, you like stuff like acid you wouldn't really notice because it's very waterlogged and very, a lot of wet vegetation. So you don't notice anything like that. You don't notice any tracks where you're at. You just see.
Do I notice any large dead carcasses?
No.
Like okay. I think does the primeval awareness. Okay. I don't think it shows or it tells me like general direction at all. Okay. Cool.
No. But again, like I said, Mal's recollection, what he saw, it seems to be somewhere north of where your current position is where he.
Hey guys, bad shit's that fucking away.
Yeah, there's definitely dragons around. There's dragons around.
Hey, Faerun, do you have a dragon slaying greatsword by any chance? That'd be really useful.
I could use a different greatsword.
I offered you my rapier.
Haven't you not touched swords for a while?
Yeah, I think we all have a bit of trauma.
My whole gambit is to try and keep this one. So,
Fennec, hold on. You need a weapon. I'll give him a dagger.
Don't you have a great axe?
He has a great axe.
He has a great axe.
Where'd your great axe go?
Yeah, I'm not currently wielding Hazirawn. It's in the bag of holding.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh wait! Before we begin, did you tell anyone about the sword sneaking out in the middle of the night?
I mentioned it to Stevie.
Yeah, he said it came in.
And if Tiny was awake, which I believe she said she was, then Tiny knows about it. But I've not mentioned it since.
Can I do a nature check to kind of try and pick our way through the swamp without, sinking?
Or survival, which I could help you with.
Yeah, you can. I mean, as far as the map goes, you can see what's water and what's land, right?
No.
So like,
there's like dots of like.
Oh yeah, Stevie doesn't have dark vision.
Oh, your vision's very limited. That's why you can. There can be a light spell, or you can do a torch, or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do since I have those. That's one of the reasons why I wanted the back so badly. Is the shiny little bubbles that I have. I'm going to make them into necklaces and have cast light on them. So I have 2 balls of light that I have.
Bubbles.
Hey.
So bright. I'm gonna bring.
So
up
I
my
will.
familiar.
Yeah, you can go ahead and do that. And how bright is that? Should be correct, right?
I will use my eyes because I can see in the dark.
I can also see in the dark, but I can't fly.
Okay, so how are these? Are these attached to you, Tiny, or?
I have one around my neck, and I'm going to put one around Stevie's.
Okay.
Weird question. Does my Drake get the benefits of a long rest or no?
Yeah, it should. Just heal it.
That's what I was going to do.
It's a creature.
Yeah. Let me attach these to you.
Shift. Is it shift or control to do multiple?
Shift.
Shift alpha.
Oh, multiple.
Oh, but it's not letting me do the light spell.
Quick command for healing yourself: Alt F4.
I'm not going to remember that.
Okay, so the globes are attached, one to Tiny and one to Stevie.
Okay.
Cool. Thanik, you're walking in front of us. I'll direct you.
You just send me when you need to go. I fell for Bryce's stupid fucking joke.
Ah, you fool!
I'm reloading.
What?
I'm reloading.
Sorry, what happened?
Alt F4 closes everything. So I'm reloading Forge, and I knew
said it was a trap. I was a bit slow. Apologies.
I know. I'm so fucking.
You realize that Alt F4 is an old gamer joke from 15 years ago.
What is it?
I've been role-playing killing kids tonight. I'm in a different way.
Yeah, COD PC players would fuck with with players all the time. Would yell with the kids. Oh, you get a special weapon if you Alt F4, and then you would disconnect them.
That's fucking amazing. I'm so happy. I like how I aimed that at Mickey and I got Dylan.
I mean, I'm not going to just randomly press buttons that you tell me to push.
Exactly. Who the fuck would?
You'd have thought I'd have known that too, but apparently not. However, I'm reloaded.
Mal plays his sit turn.
Yeah. So it's not in your range yet, but Mal and Faerun, you do see a very large snake up ahead. just kind of slithering on the ground, as well, and an alligator in the water.
There's a snake.
Right. It's just kind of crawling. It doesn't seem to be doing anything other than just snaking.
Snaking.
Yep.
Someone call that
It's
troll.
large. Be careful, little fairy. It could probably swallow you.
I can fly above. I'm okay. Thank you, though.
I don't like snakes.
I love snakes.
But you're a bard. You're like the most snakiest profession ever.
Don't you smell snake oil?
Yeah,
See,
he does.
First off, there's a distinct
Wait.
snake oil is a
Tiny,
is a
you're going
sales
into the water.
Tiny's always in the water. When
That's a
is Tiny-
swamp. It's a
The
swamp.
swamp, Tiny.
When is
Tiny,
Tiny
that's
not
gross
in
water.
the water?
Don't do that.
It's
Okay,
just like syrup that's not sweet.
The
Oh,
the
Tiny
swamp,
sees
by the
water.
way.
Tiny goes.
Hold on. The swamp, by the way, is difficult terrain, so it's half
Alright,
movement
I'm
speed.
Flying
in
above
there.
it.
Oh, you're flying?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
a large
Well, you said you went in the water.
Well, I mean,
You're flying or you're in the water? Which one is it?
I'm flying.
Both.
I'm flying above the water and playing with it.
Okay.
I mean, it's gross
It's
looking
not
water, so I'm
difficult
not
terrain
gonna
for me
necessarily-
because I got to level 8.
Oh, fucking ranger shit.
Yeah.
It's fucking mattering.
Does this crocodile
Yay.
look hungry / aggressive? When it comes
Yes.
towards
As far as
us?
the crocodile, it's doing the crocodile thing where all you see is like its snout and its eyes and like its back as it's like just kind of just swimming through the water.
All right, I'm just gonna step further away from the shore.
You want me
Yeah,
to take
so
care
if
of
you're
that?
on Linux,
Yeah, you get that.
sudo rm-r.
Fuck.
It deletes everything.
Cool.
Literally
Anyway, we're walking.
everything.
Faerun, do you want me to take care of that crocodile?
Why don't we
I'll
just
take
see if it's just doing its thing? I don't want to
Hey
kill
guys,
anything
do we want to try
unnecessarily.
moving stealthily?
We've got like 2 glowing orbs of light, man. They're never going to be stealth with that.
They're fucking animals. They're fine.
Which means they're drawn to light like moths.
Not necessarily.
What time
But
is it?
if you
Is
guys
it like
stay near me, I can make us go a little more stealthily.
There is the calendar, by the way, Faerun, in the top.
Yeah, I closed it. I don't know how to
Yeah.
get it.
Oh,
back.
yeah, you can open it up again by it's in the menu. Shit, I forgot. I don't know what it looks like for you guys.
Should I make us go a little more stealthily?
Yes, please. Let's all go quiet.
Pass without trace.
Thank God. Come
Oh,
on.
in the journal notes, there should be. If you go to the journal notes, there should be. I think it says SC. That's the simple calendar. That opens it up again.
So everybody gets a +10 to stealth.
Stealth checks so we don't fuck out the fight shit, please, guys. I love you.
Right. Now keep in mind, walking through the marsh, obviously the stealth checks is sound, not sight, because you're...
Right, but like through a marsh, shouldn't it be like a little...
Unless, I mean, if you tell me you're trying to do something specific, like you're crawling through the muck, you're army crawling through the muck or something, or you're... You know,
Stevie army
because
crawling.
there's lots of vegetation on the ground, but like there's like dead trees, there's like a bush here and there. There's not a lot of cover.
Yeah,
Stealth check is
so
how quiet you can move through it, I guess.
yeah. So everyone add 10 to your stealth check.
21.
I rolled a
Yeah.
2.
I rolled a
Thank
3 and yep.
I did too. No, I rolled a 3
Why did you roll?
Oh,
Oh,
right,
you rolled a
-1
disadvantage
plus
because
10.
you.
because I'm wearing full plate.
Yeah.
Because I'm Hulk, bro.
That Tiny's 15 is actually a 25. Because pass without trace.
Yeah, she didn't add the 10.
Yeah.
Do.
Dun 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 dun. dun.
Are they
I'm
moving towards us?
Yeah,
No,
are they,
you saw the crocodile move a little bit when Tiny was flying over the water, but then when she came back in, it just kind of like just held
Yeah,
its
I'm
position. The snake is just slithering.
I'm close to the water, but I'm kind of on land, but I do like being by
Okay.
the water and in the water.
But also,
Now-
you would want to keep close to Stevie, right?
Yeah.
As you guys get
We're
there,
just kind of. I'm going back.
I was trying to stop. I was trying to stop you guys from walking, but you clicking that in, click the button fast enough. Anyway, so as you guys are walking, you see another snake up ahead. And as you guys get in the middle there, both their heads turn towards you, and you see their bodies start to shift.
It's probably my fault.
And you see them rise up, and they are a Wanti.
Oh, God.
Two Wanti warriors. And they start to run towards you with their weapons drawn. And combat mode time.
Oh, great.
We can get through a round before 1 a.m., right?
I mean, again, we can also...
Ironically, I do not work tomorrow for once, so I'm good.
I do.
You have tomorrow off?
I took a Saturday off.
Fun. Any purpose?
I want
now we understand. Now we understand the White Claws.
Exactly. I'm fucking drinking for a reason.
Are we in combat roll initiative?
Yeah. I got the combat checkers up. So go ahead and roll.
Are we doing Familiar's own initiative or just straight after me?
I mean, it depends on the like Stevie's Drake. It says specifically in her Drake that it goes
after,
on her turn. It just depends on the familiar.
Familiars.
If you roll it and it's right after your turn, I just change the initiative to where it's with you.
What did we
Was
just
that
get
your
3
familiar?
nat
Was that your
from-
familiar that just rolled a nat 1?
Look, I think a few of us rolled a nat 1.
I rolled a nat 1.
Familiar.
I mean, but does your familiar
rolled-
in your
my
familiar
God.
does it state that it has its own initiative, or does it go on your turn?
I think it does. Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
only.
familiar.
been,
Has
All
its own-
rolled.
okay.
None of
Companion
us
one.
rolled double digits. We all rolled absolute shit.
Oh yeah, let me move your.
This is boding
I'll
well.
roll for it, and then I will move.
I
it.
know, right?
You're such
Okay, so
good
where are you?
luck, Arcane.
Look, this is Mal's fault somehow. I reckon.
The fuck did I do?
Everything.
When it comes to initiative rolls, it should be Thanak's fault more than anything with that hot -1.
Faerun, I don't know what I did to hurt you, but I feel like you
You
don't
suggested
like
going stealthy rather than just going stabby.
So we have, hold on a second, just for reference here, we have Thanak with a 5 for a 4. We have Tiny with a nat 1. We have Faerun with a 7. We have Stevie with a 6. We have a familiar with a nat 1, and we have Mal with a nat 1. Just as a recap.
Hey, are we doing
Poor
those
shit.
shots? Are we doing those shots on that once? Because that's like what, 3 shots?
No,
It was
if everyone takes a shot on a nat 20, the person who got the nat 1 takes that shot.
Yeah, we're too far.
So hold on. So, babe, you're saying you have work. Do you want to stop here and start the combat next time? Is that what you're saying?
That's fine.
Or do you want to do a round or two?
Yeah, it's 11:45 here. So
Honestly, I feel like it works a lot better to just start with combat.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that.
I agree.
Yeah, we can do that.
Also
All right,
have
so
to-
we'll start the next session at the beginning of this combat. And there we have it. So
With some
first
One
episode of Hex of Hazirawn is in the books.
We have a new player! Yay!
And we have a new player. And all good stuff. This was fun. I can't do like Yellow does his whole stars and wishes, but I guess I'll do it. Stars and wishes. Everybody like
Stars and wishes. Are you pulling from Yellow's playbook?
I just
Maybe.
literally said that. I can't always do it like Yellow does, but I guess I might as well start trying.
I don't know. I think we were all like, who was it? Christopher said in chat that like we were on point for the RP. Agreed. Like everyone, yay, good job, RP.
Sorry for killing children.
It made for great RP
my wish.
though.
No killing
It
children.
made
please.
for great RP though.
Yeah, but also,
I do have a question for Dylan. So how are you feeling about the way it's working with the sword and your character? How are you enjoying it?
Don't get me wrong, it blows dicks that it's intelligence saving throws and not wisdom, but it is what it is. What happens. Thanak wants that sword. He wants to, especially after he learned that it was a Lord General he wants to fuck on that guy as much as he can and take this sword into what will ultimately attempt to be Oblivion. With
and I don't know if you saw the years. This was way a while ago.
Oh yeah. So this is not somebody that he's met before, but also like, especially after. What I'll say is, especially after we're still alive, right?
Yes.
Especially after like 17, 18, the whole eunuch thing happened. There was a large part of that first decade that was very much geared towards like payback towards the Netherese, but it's one lone Goliath versus fucking faction. So inroads are inroads as much as inroads can be. This is the first opportunity in probably 15 years up to present day where he's been like, this is a thing that I can do and I want it to happen so fucking bad. Not only just for like future campaigns and role plays and these sorts of things, but also like he wasn't very successful. So in that first decade after the unit thing, so this is very much something he's interested in. So with the role play and the pissing off of Tiny and Stevie and Mal and these sorts of things, it's fun. It introduces a new dynamic for when Rise of Tiamat comes around.
As Stevie said, Thanic's pride may be his downfall.
Mal is severely questioning why he stuck around this long.
And Stevie's decided, Tiny decided he's a bad guy now.
Dragon's Tail. Also, Mal, you're gonna miss throwing them pebbles. There's gonna be a moment in your fucking mansion in Baldur's Gate where you're just gonna be throwing pebbles at a window.
You act like
he's gonna be sitting on a very, very comfortable divan, one leg over the arm. He's
gonna get a suit of armor.
First off, let Mal talk for Mal. Mal's gonna have the most luxurious lounge that leads into a bathtub, and there'll be a solid suit of adamantium armor he's just throwing fucking gold pebbles at.
Yeah, and especially with it being adamantine, it's the most pure ting as you could possibly imagine. That's what I was going for.
It's still not going to be enough for him, though.
Faerun, I did want to tell you as well, because we didn't really. I usually do this with anyone new, but I didn't. For some reason, I don't know if it's things were flowing so well, I didn't even get into it. They gave me backstories when they made their characters and stuff, so I did try to create these personal challenges and stories for their characters, like Thanic originally with Cyanrath, Mal with his orphanage and his background, Stevie with Xeraxes. Tiny still hasn't developed yet because she came in later. So if there's anything, for Faerun, if you want a backstory or something, and I can create some kind of situation or story, personal story that's out, that's flows into the main plot as well, but it's his own personal journey too.
Yeah, I would also.
I mean, he's level 8, so he's lived at least 8 years, I assume.
or at least in D&D terms, he's been alive for at least the last 3 weeks.
Yeah. 3 months, I'd say, at least.
I mean, that's about what it took for us to get to level 8. So
it took 6 months.
Well, no, in game it was 3 months.
Yeah, potato.
I don't know. The Xeraxes thing was fun. As was getting made fun of for fucking a dragon. But
that was your fault. You added that.
No, that was who was that?
Sophie.
That was Sophie.
Kismet.
Sophie was like,
Kismet.
You fucked a dragon,
and you said yes.
Well, okay, because it's the whole thing of like yes and improv. You gotta go yes and right.
Sure.
How it
you
works.
could have said no, but you could have said it's an emotional relationship. You didn't have to make it physical.
You gotta yes and. You gotta yes and things, okay? Also, I have to pee so bad.
All right, we'll end this here. Thank you guys for joining us. We should be back Tuesday for Spelljammer because we missed Spelljammer 2 weeks ago, and then we missed Souls of Magic's Dawn last week because everybody just yellows been Yellow's been there's stuff going on at home. People are coming over or whatever, and Chris wasn't feeling good. So we should be back Tuesday with Spelljammer, and then we'll be back next Friday with the next Hex of Hazirawn, all that other good stuff. Remember, Dubby! Links in the description. If you want to get as energy
with
drink,
the lime penis.
I enjoy it.
Dubby gets you the D.
Link is in the description as well. I guess I didn't mention this. I do have a Patreon going. The channel is actually getting bigger because I'm doing videos, uploads with lore, Forgotten Realms lore, and I have put up a Patreon if you want to help support the channel. That way, links are all over the place in the descriptions and the channel and all the other good stuff. You get basically depending on what level you are with Patreon, you get access to the Discord channel where we all hang out. You can get access to the maps that I've created, the AIs I've created, AI images I've created, and stuff like that, depending on what tier you want to do. So if you're interested in supporting the channel, please check that out as well. So that's all we have. And until next time, so say we all.